What's going on, everybody? Welcome down to the DJ's Guru studio. It is Thursday, 8 p.m., December 16th, 2021, Jason. I got to tell you, I thought about that the other day, and I was like, holy shit balls. It's 2021.
I don't even understand how time is flying.
It's
like
crazy. I can't believe it's that year. But anyway, we're here for the second annual DJ's Guru Holiday Hangout. And Jay, you woke up. We got you back out. We both have been. I made fun. I said I blamed it on Jay, but really it was both of us. And it is so much has happened. Jay, first of all, hello to everyone watching. Welcome down. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate having everyone join us and hang out with us today for the holidays. I got a drink in hand. I hope everyone has a drink. We're gonna do it.
We're going hard in the paint tonight.
We're gonna keep it legal, of course, but we're gonna have a good time. And I got to tell you, we did this last year, Jay, and wow, a lot has changed. Would you say, or would you not?
I totally stepped up my Christmas lighting game since last time.
Much better. And I'm downstairs. I'm not even upstairs this year. I went full in, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I like how we have coordinating Christmassy colors. It looks good. I do love the graphic too. The Grinch graphic that you use for this is my favorite graphic of all.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, not bad, right? That's what I was last year. I was like the Grinch. And last year was incredible. It was overly ambitious. I got to tell you, it took a lot out of me putting that together. And so I slowed it down a little bit this year. Something I've done a lot this year, really just kind of slowed down, focus, and I decided to keep it small. We brought on 2 contributors, some people that will be working with us this year. Of course, I have you, and of course, we have our DJ's Guru family watching and checking in from Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, and everyone watching on the replay. Thanks again for joining in. So 2021, the bounce back year we all needed. Last year at this time, Jason, we're in retail, we're in manufacturing, we work kind of behind the scenes of the DJ industry. You couldn't give stuff away. Well, literally, I'm still a little
bit worried because this time last year we're like, 2021 is our year.
We were hoping. It was like,
well, in a way, it worked out. There was a lot of positives. I mean, I did almost 80 something events, which was, down, but still pretty good. And all of the retail side of what we do, we saw growth, and it's, people are kind of, doing the thing again, doing the thing. So I'm glad. And hopefully we can continue on that. And we just look past all the BS that we're force fed every day, and we just keep doing our thing.
it's just amazing that, we put out an article on the djsguru.com blog the other day that 2022 is actually expecting the largest number of weddings to happen ever in the history of weddings. Almost 1 million more weddings compared to
I did read
2019. It's obvious, right? We all kind of knew it was coming, but so many reasons that have played behind it have really made what was a terrible year in 2020. And I said, hey, it's a paradox year because you had the opportunity to take a pause and say, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? And I know a lot of people like myself, like you, really learn how to do things a different way and maximize that time off, use it to be with their families, kind of make themselves better as people, and hit the ground freaking running. I think you said, when I said, man, things are opening up this year, you said it's like a fire hose to the face.
Yep.
Right?
It indeed was.
So what do you think about that? Have you, would you say that things are entirely different and you're very surprised about that?
They're not entirely different. What I did notice just from the event side of it, and we won't talk about, gear or retail or anything like that just yet, but what I did notice is that people now had the opportunity to plan an event the way that they want and cut out the fat and have an excuse where you don't have to go third cousin deep into your wedding anymore. You don't have to go with your neighbors, just because they're your neighbor. And people were like, no, 80 people, the people that I know are going to party, the people that I want there the most. And every one of those events, those people came and were ready to party. There was no, the music's too loud and this and that. It was like, they walked in, they walked past the buffet and all this stuff, and they were like, let's party because we don't know if we're going to be able to do this in 6 months. And that was actually really exhilarating, was all of the BS was shaved off and we went right back to throwing sick parties.
One of the funnier moments for me was, all right, I got divorced last year. I'm going to say that now. I'm a single guy again. And my life is very different, right? 2020 was a very weird year for me in a lot of ways. Lots of changes for Justin. 2021, Justin is much smarter and better person. But I went out in April for the first time. It was like right when things were opening up here in Long Island, in New York. And I remember hearing the DJ was not very good. And literally at one point, the music stopped. And nobody noticed, Jay. And I said,
they were like, no music.
And I had a couple drinks and I'm like, what is going on? I know we've all been in that situation where the music stops. And what does everybody in the room do? They look at who? Whom?
The DJ.
Right. And what do they say? It's all the DJ's fault. It could be lightning hit the building, but it's the DJ's fault. Right. And that just was a scenario where I was like, wow, you're right. People are ready to party. They don't care. They're just happy to be out. And that was like insane to me to see that going on. And I don't think it's still happening that way, but I know, and I speak to a lot of owners, they're doing things essentially like just opening the doors.
Dude, you actually DJ'd this year.
I did a lot of DJing this year.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
I got myself back into events, running sound a lot more, lighting, installations, design, but my buddy DJ Theo and some other people got me back into DJing, and I do a little opening up for some of the larger events that we do. Keep my street cred, keep my skills fresh. But for me, it's a self-care thing. It's something that I enjoy. I've always wanted to keep it as a hobby that I can make money with, but my business is helping DJs and selling gear, and that's what pay for my daughter's food and all that kind of stuff. So, but yes, I even I made it back out. That's how many events there were this year, right? I hadn't DJed a club in 9 years, dude.
Has there been a club in 9 years? No, just kidding.
We got to, nowadays it's very different. They're all one-offs. You got to bring the club essentially to the room. It's crazy. So,
right.
I want to say thank you. First of all, let's check in real quick with everyone watching. And say hello to Jeremiah watching on YouTube. What's going on, Jer? How are you, my friend? Jer Hart 01, what's up, man? Welcome down. That's a new name for me. Ezra, my man. What's up, Ezra? Ezra, how you doing? Ezra won a Chauvet DFI last year. There he is. Eric, we're just about to thank you, Eric. Back to normal is right. What's up, Paul? How you doing, brother? Anthony Alvarez. I love this guy. Featured this guy on one of my Instagram posts, sitting on a rock and roller cart with that look in his face after a gig. You know, that look in your face where you're just like waiting for the elevator or something. You're just like, I want to go home.
That's usually me at the beginning of the gig.
It was a great picture. And I'm like, dude, can I use this? What's up, Paul? I just talked to Paul today. He's like, you got RCF ART 932s in stock? I'm like, nah, no.
No, because the last pair are on the way to me. That's why.
Get in line. Yeah. Well, get in line. You got to get in line, man. That's it. You got to pay to play for certain stuff right now. So anyway, I want to thank everyone watching. Say hello to everybody. And then, of course, I want to thank all of our contributors this year. And I'm going to list them off for you real quick. Are you ready? Jeremy Breck, Brent Schmidt, Ryan Lehman, Tom Covington, Patrick Danaher from Innovator, Andrew D'Alessio and Jake Hill from Rain. DJ Shorty, my girl, Scratch DJ Galore. Julius Schrank, owner, managing director of Ape Labs. That feels like it was 6 years ago we interviewed him in Germany, right? Thank you to Julius. Eric Kizis, my man. Thank you so much. Rhiannon Rose, global sensation DJ. We had her on with us. Ryan Lehman, my man. I said him before already. And of course, DJ Principe from down in Georgia, my girl. She was on the last show, and that's about everyone I'm going to thank.
What about the two guys that we're bringing on?
Well, that's about what I'm going to say. So now we're going to bring on our guest for today. We've had my man Jeff on before, another contributor, and Jeff has done
what up
live streams with us before. And he's done 2 videos with us.
That's true. I have
one on the Stand Hub, one on kind of a comparison versus the SB3 and the Mixtrack Pro Platinum, which we'll talk about later.
Weren't you on the software? Weren't you on the software chat with us too?
No,
it wasn't.
I wasn't.
Plus, he's got a dope studio. I just like everyone that has cool studios.
He has a great. He's a great YouTube channel. He kind of talks about other stuff, and he's contributing with us because he wants a place to talk about gear. And then we're going to bring on a new face to the DJ's Guru fam here. And I love this guy, Aaron Strawn. I call him Mustache.
Whatever.
I don't know why.
These guys wanted me to shave it. They're like, you're not going on.
No, I do not want you to shave it.
With that bullshit, are you? And I'm like, yep. I'm breaking.
Aaron and I met at a trade show, right?
The Midwest DJs.
And it was just one of those things where we just, like I sponsored it, but I sat down at the round tables with everybody. I wanted to meet DJs and talk to DJs. I get in there, man. And I just hit it off with this guy. He gave me his card. I liked his card. And then I started noticing, I don't know what happened to his video there. Oh, did you fall asleep?
No, me? No, I'm good.
No, everything's fine.
Not yet.
All of a sudden, I'm looking on YouTube and I see this guy's videos popping up by my videos on YouTube, and I'm like, all right,
ahead of him.
Ahead of him. I got an opportunity to talk to him on the phone. We kind of hit it off, and we're gonna see what we can do together for 2022. But I wanted to have him on this live stream. Aaron, you have a really interesting story, and you're different than Jeff and Just Jay and myself, who have somewhat probably 60 decades between us. You just started this 3 years ago, and you're, we'll say, in the 35 to 42 demo.
Okay, thanks for. I'm in the age range where nobody cares if I'm watching their TV show anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if I'm watching their TV or movie.
Oof, that's a tough. Oh man,
right?
You're not watching my show.
They don't care.
I like Aaron because he has a totally different perspective. It's very fresh. He's very open-minded, and he's willing to learn and listen. Unlike most of us. So I'm like, I think he'll soften me up because I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear why, because he's kind of a new generation DJ. So
he actually has he has like the energy to want to do it, where we're like, nah.
Another wedding. Oh my God. Come on. Yeah.
I think, yes, there's certainly the burnout mode that people can get, depending on what you're doing. But I think most of us here, I think all of us here have a passion and have a love for it, but whatever it is that you're doing, you can get burnt out.
I can't tell everybody where you are. So
Aaron, where are you coming to us from? And then Jeff, same question to you.
Minnesota. I'm coming from Minnesota.
Jeff?
Yeah, I'm coming from Portland, which is why there's a PDX on the end of my name.
All right, everybody got a drink?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody at home, you got a drink?
Hang on,
he's got the Sesame Street Muppets from the 80s cup. Damn.
Yeah,
I want to give a toast. Cheers to
Kermit on the
2022, to the DJ's Guru family, to everybody that has helped us out and been part of this. Thank you so much. Cheers to everybody. Salute. And here's to 2022.
Yo, Jeff, you just
gotta do
you just went up a notch,
party, right?
That is
ridiculous.
That is
Hold on, I got some new people.
That is some paint thinner.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Jeff's my dude. He's too busy buying PlayStations to rip off people on Craigslist.
He loved us. Okay. I don't know who that is, but he's a big fan.
That's my
Deborah Mastrometto, Just Jay, hey from Stanmo.
Stanford. That's another.
Now he loves us. All right, cool. Cheers, Paul. All right, so anyway, let's get back into the conversation here. Before we do that, who's tried Zip DJ out there? Anybody?
You know, I haven't tried it yet, but I've been wanting to.
Let me tell you something. You know, I'm working on trying to get a sponsored pool for the company. And I've been playing around with a lot of them, and I really fell onto this one. I really like it. It is like a hidden gem. It's got everything. So if you're a club DJ, if you're a wedding DJ, if you're, a Latin DJ, if you are any type of DJ, entertainer, working DJ, period, check it out. If you go to the comments section, I have a link at the top. They're doing $100 off, up to $100 off for holiday sale promotion now. Totally a bunch of different packages, but a really great record pool. And I recommend it. I've been using it now for a couple of months. So definitely check that out. And back to the conversation. Now, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
You run the Phase group, right? On Facebook.
I'm one of the 3 admins that runs the Phase DJ group on Facebook.
He's like, don't tell people that.
How can you keep turning my comments off? What the hell, dude? What am I saying? I'm just kidding. I've never even been on this show.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Stop posting hour-long mixes where you're on a controller instead of turntables, for starters. Yeah, guys in the Phase group are trying to post mixes on their controllers.
Just keep posting videos on the little tiny Crosley turn. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
when you have the setup that's this big, I'm like, I want that. That I want.
I love that.
Give me a rundown real quick. Give me a 2021 rundown of the bullet points of Phase. What do people need to know? What are the most important 3 bullet points that people need to know about Phase?
Pay attention, Eric, because I know he's dying to buy it.
All right. So here's if you're not familiar with what the Phase system is, the Phase DJ system is it's a pair of wireless controllers that fit onto a working moving turntable that then wirelessly transmit information back to a receiver, and then that receiver turns that information into time code that your DVS system can read. So your Serato, Tractor, Record Box, Virtual DJ, it works with all of them, right? Now, if I was to run down like the information that like what you need to know and what you don't need to know, here's the thing that like people don't understand about Phase still to this day. You absolutely need to know about Phase. It is not a replacement or a competitor for the Rain 72, and I cannot express that enough. Or excuse me, the Rain 12. The Rain 12 is a completely different device. The thing that attracted me to the Phase the most, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again until I'm blue in the face, I still play on vinyl sometimes. I still have a few gigs a year where I pull out actual crates of old school records, and I throw down some classic rock. I throw down some old 80s and 90s pop music.
Dude, are you hitting on me right now? You're definitely hitting on me. You got to be hitting on me. You're my favorite person ever.
I'm not. That is a real thing that I really do, man. I've spent the last decade working for the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and those retro gaming guys absolutely love that I bring turntables and throw down vinyl. So I just kept doing it. And then when Phase introduced their product and announced what they were planning to do, I lost my mind because it was all of the, in theory, it was all of the control and technical abilities of a controller, but without having to sacrifice vinyl playback functionality. And so, guys that are out there comparing the Phase to a Rain 12 just really don't really have a solid understanding of what the Phase is for and who it's for. The Phase is for DJs that have turntables, that still use their turntables like turntables, and want to occasionally be able to switch up, put down the Phase, have that controller level technology, and that 21st century DJing ability that they can then.
Let me see your dog.
Listen, let me jump in.
They can then
real quick.
pick it back up and drop the needle and play a vinyl record again.
There's something to be said about that. And Eric, I know you're listening. So Eric and I did a 90s party last week, and we played mostly hip hop, and he rolls with Grandmaster, was it 1210 MG5s. I have 1200s and a bunch of other stuff. And I was spinning all weekend in my studio, and then we went out and did the gig, and I was like, you could clearly feel the difference between a 1210 MG5 and a 1200 MK2. It's just, it's night and day. And so if anybody says there's really no difference from like a Rain 12 to an actual 12 to a 1210 to a Grandmaster, you're out of your mind. And those just going onto those decks, and then, to be able to put Phase on it and still feel like, this is the most buttery turntable you ever put your hands on. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I use mine with my 1200 Mark IIs, and I absolutely love it. I think the other big thing for me was cost. I've already spent hundreds of dollars on these turntables each, right? So I got my Mark IIs back when I got them. I got a real lucky deal. I got the pair for $600, and they were in fantastic shape. And I know my way around a screwdriver, so I've been able to keep them up and sort of service them and keep them going all these years myself. But having those turntables still working like the day they were made, and then just having to, pick up a $400 device like the Phase and throw it down on the turntable, and now they have controller technology where I don't have to worry about vibration. I don't have to worry about, they're incredibly accurate. That's been a thing with Phase. Their accuracy has been kind of improving over time, but it's more accurate than it's ever been with the latest firmware update. So they're constantly improving. It's a great company. It's a great product. And so
how many people are working over there?
So when they started, it was a team of six people.
Crazy. In
the entire company. They have since grown. They're a bit bigger now. I'm not 100% sure how big they are now. But they've added some people to their customer support team. I think they've added a couple of engineers. So they're a bigger company now than where they were at 2.5 years ago. But the Phase group, we're at actually I can tell you right now.
Well, I'm going to jump out of Phase. I'm going to jump out of Phase because I want to actually talk to you about something else real fast.
We're at 7,900 users on the Phase DJ group on Facebook, and there's 3 admins.
How many of them complain out of the 7,900?
All of them.
8,000.
Every DJ, period.
Right.
All right. So what I want to segue really quickly, and we're going to talk about like top 5 DJ gear or DJ event products, but I think it's pretty easy to say that the Rain 1 is one of those. Debuted at the end of January, came out, blew everyone's mind. Rain has a controller, moving platters, Switch. How long did you wait for yours? I'm sorry, by the way.
7 months.
That's one of my longest waits. I'm lucky that I'm friends with him.
Because he probably didn't complain. He probably waited like a nice guy, and everybody else that complained.
Well, no, that wasn't it either. I
don't play that game. It goes by the date and timestamp.
You see, fellas, this something happened in March of last year that really kind of put a damper on shipping for a lot of people, and by a lot of people, I mean literally everyone on the entire planet.
What's he talking about? What's he talking about?
I'll tell you when you're older.
When I'm older.
Listen, son.
Wait, we already established before we went live. I'm older than you. What the hell's going on right now?
Yeah. For anyone who's been anyone who's been under a rock the last year, that's the Rain 1.
It was an incredibly popular device, and COVID just completely fucked shipping for everyone everywhere, and so I just had to wait it out. And there was absolutely nothing anybody could do. So I did eventually get the thing. I love it. I love it because it's a great alternative to having to take my turntables out. I mentioned my turntables earlier. I love my turntables, but my turntables, listen, they're not getting any younger, just like I'm not. And so, you know, if I can play a gig where I don't have to take my turntables out, I can kind of leave them at home where they're safe and only take them out when I absolutely need to. Then the Rain 1's a fantastic alternative, and I easily recommend it.
And that's that.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It's great. Go buy it.
And Eric Kizis, who's watching, I know you can kind of chime in on this. It's kind of a good segue because you said you still like to use turntable, you like phase, and you bring your Rain 1 out. So do you? I'm happy that he brings that because I have to carry performance. Like, do you feel like there's anything you can't do with the Rain 1 that you can with your phase and your turntables?
It's. For me, it's you know, there's definitely a different feel. You know, like Jay was talking about the difference between an M5G and a Mark II. You know, when you're used to playing on 1200s, yeah, they definitely feel different. You know, same with the Rain 1. Playing on a 7-inch platter versus a 12-inch platter is a little bit of an adjustment. Playing on, you know, a motorized digital platter versus an actual turntable with needles is also an adjustment. But at the end of the day, if I'm playing a gig where I know that the Rain 1 will be more than enough for that gig, usually it's weddings and stuff like that. Like I've done a couple of weddings in the last year and a half or so that you know, the Rain 1 was absolutely a perfect device for. In fact, right now it's not set up on my desk behind me because it's in the road case because I've got a gig at a car dealership this weekend. They've got a company holiday party. They wanted me to come play, and I'm going to be taking the Rain 1 out to go play some holiday music.
Nice. All right. Well, I really appreciate.
I'm curious, Aaron. What do you use? Aaron, what do you use? What's your?
Sorry. Yeah, the Denon Prime 2. I started off like when I first started. I used the SB3 and with Serato, and then I bought the SR2. And then I just caught a glimpse of, I'm a techie, like at heart, like I love like technology and you know, new stuff. So when Denon started putting out that Prime series, I'm like, oh my God, this is like the future. I feel like it's like a robot controller. And I love the idea. And it's true that I've got this controller that has software updates and they can add features to it. It's not just something sterile. So it's right behind me. I have the Prime 2 and the Prime Go. So I ended up doing a switch from Serato over to Engine last October.
So Aaron,
what's that?
We talked about your story a little bit before, and you know, I love your insight and your view because again, you're still fresh into this and you're looking at gear in a different way. And we had a great conversation, and this has been a topic of discussion I've been having on the phone with people for my whole career, 18 years, where one system can only get you so far. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about having the right tool for the job and some of the things that, you know, the types of items that you purchased and situations you've been in and how you've learned from them and what you've done.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because I'm new and fresh, I just haven't, I'm not, you know, jaded or brand loyal right away. And honestly, what got me buying the first piece of gear like I did, which was Pioneer and Serato, was the DJ that I hung out with. He invited me over to his studio to kind of try out his gear. I literally bought all the same shit that he had at his house. I'm like, okay, what do you got there? Okay, the 80J T-Part. Okay, good. Pioneer, Serato, good. I just bought all. I was like, okay, that's what he had, so I liked it. I just bought all that stuff, and I would take him out to my weddings. And my first, you know, speaker rigs were the Bose. I'm sorry. It was it starts with a B. L1s and the B2 sub. Sorry, Justin can't sell it. So, you know, I will talk about, I have EV30.
Listen, it's no secret that Justin doesn't like Bose.
Can we,
it's no secret. Very clear. So it's okay.
Can we talk about the logo that's in frame right there in your, that's
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
That glued on logo.
Listen, we can pan my camera and you can see my Sherwin Vegas behind me.
Yeah,
See? I turned it up. I turned it upside down.
You shouldn't be able to do that.
Right. That's better.
All right, it's upside down. However, I love that product. It's so good, guys. But
Awesome.
if Justin ever decides to sell it,
Aaron, what did you have before that? The Wave Radio?
Oh,
before this,
I'm out.
oh man, now he's talking shit.
I'm out.
Listen,
My dad's got the Wave Radio
All right,
still.
I'm just
these
kidding. Go
guys were one of
Sorry,
the first
sorry.
ones that did battery powered. And so, anyways, again, I'll say this about it. The reason why I went with Bose was that's what I knew. I didn't know about RCFs or EVs or QSCs. Like I just didn't know about it. So I got what I knew and it set up. And the first gig that I realized, like, oh, I think I'm not prepared for this. Is I did a ball, a marine ball, and I had about 500 people in this huge convention center, and I just had one L1 stick and the B2, and I literally was walking around, and if I walked like 5 feet away from my DJ table, it was like I just brought like a little Bluetooth head player, like it was just gone.
Yep.
And all night people were like, "Can you turn it up, please?" I was like, no, get closer. Just everybody get closer to me.
I'd be like, come here. If you can make it go any louder, please try.
Sing
I
along.
can't do it.
I'll say the words
said
and you
sing
guys
along.
sing it. So, oh man, Eric talking shit. No DJ like Bose. Come on, Eric. Yeah,
Yo,
that's
Eric,
not true, bro. That's not true.
Listen,
I-
All right.
let me be the medium
Listen,
here for
Let's not
Bose.
beat the guy up. He's new and we love him. We like
Can I-
Aaron. We're here
can I
to learn,
please-
grow, and succeed.
Can I please just chime in here real fast and just tell you, Aaron, it makes
Please,
me
Santa.
so happy. It makes me so happy to hear that you went through that because
Yes.
I vividly remember the first 5 times I went through that, where I just didn't have enough sound system for the room, and it was like you have to create something from nothing. That's one of those when DJs talk about cutting their teeth, when DJs talk about like gaining experiences and throwing parties and doing events, like you have to go through the experience of like having a speaker go down and being down to one speaker. You have to go through the experience of like back in the day when I started, we were carrying around amp racks because none of the speakers were powered, right? So like when one side of your amp goes down, you're just hosed. And so you have to just kind of like make something from nothing. And it's incredible that you're like, yo, sing along or yo, get closer. Like you're trying at least to keep the crowd engaged.
It goes to show you that the equipment clearly is important, but you can have a speaker go down and get through the party and still get paid and make everybody happy.
It's not everything.
If you know what you're doing. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about it, Aaron.
Yeah, I even so what I did was I traded after that experience and some other shows. I'm like, yeah, I think I just need a little bit more juice for these weddings with 200 people. And one thing that I think that, and this is just my opinion, I know that a lot of people shit
That's a
on
trap.
some of the speakers
trap.
that are out. Huh?
That's how they get you, man. That's a trap.
That's a trap.
First, I need a little more juice, and then pretty soon you're 30 grand in debt, and you've got a van full of speakers and no way to power them.
Oh, it's addictive. I'm definitely addicted to gear. And for me, like my sort of my objectives when I do a wedding dance, I want to make sure that people can hear speeches. That's big. So, room sizes with that. But when it comes to the dance, I'm really trying to focus on that dance floor. I'm not trying to make people's ears bleed, but I traded the L1 in for the EV30Ms. And one thing that we're talking about, the right gear for the right party. Well, I originally thought like, all right, I'm good. Now I'm good to go. And then I did a party with like 250 people, big, huge room. And I did those and people were coming up to me. Can you turn it up? I'm like, damn it. So then I ordered the RCF J8 mixes. So now I have those. And now I know, even ahead of time, what I've learned is, I talked to the couple. I always try to get a guest count, but then I check out the venue, give me a layout. Where am I? What's going on? Where, like, am I in 2 different rooms? What kind of stuff? Like my wedding tomorrow, I have a big room that I'm doing for the dance. And then the other room is where dinner and speeches are. So I'm bringing in a separate system to take care of that. So yeah, it's just like a learning thing where I was like, oh, you're right. When you get in that situation, you're like, oh my God, I don't have the right gear for the situation. It's okay. It wasn't a bad party, but you're sweating. You know, I just see everything was red. That party, that Marine Ball, I was in the fucking red. Oh, sorry. I was in the red like all night long. And it's like, I just hope I don't blow my speaker out. I hope I don't blow my speaker out.
Aaron, so before the show, we were talking about some of the different things, and you're new to the DJ game. So I'll throw this out there. You're coming into the game at later stage in your life. So you're not looking to do school dances and sweet 16s and graduations. You're coming in and you're like, I'm going right for the meat and potatoes. I'm going for weddings. I'm going for the big corporate stuff. And that's great. But if you had started when you were 14, 15, 16 in those days, you're going to do the school dance. You're going to do your buddy's backyard party. And that's where you almost learn. You're like, all right, I just did a school dance. I was set up on the stage and my dad's home speakers were not good enough for this. But your friends were like, Jay is the man. He's a DJ now. This is awesome. And then you're like, here's my $150. Next set of speakers. Now I do it again. And next set of speakers. So you're coming in and you're going right for it. So you're learning, and it sucks because you're learning where if you fail at that gig, it could cost you a lot of money. Where I've done school dances when I was 14 and I blew the speakers up in the middle of the dance. And I was like high frequency the last hour of the gig, but like, I'm still like getting wings from the girls, and my buddies are like, Jay's the DJ.
Right.
So that's where you learn. And for the other aspect of it, if you're a club guy who is on the off time is at home learning the craft with your Rockets or whatever studio monitors you have, and you go out into a club on a big sound system, then you're like, listen, I want to get into private events. I want to start doing weddings and things like that. Now you have to learn the sound system again, but you still have a sense of what it takes because you're in a big room with a big sound system. So you were set up in the absolute worst situation to go into those, and it's not your fault because you're worried about your microphone skills, your music crates, your, learning how to use the software and the controller. And then the last thing we think, which a lot of people, and I come from the speaker business, is, oh my God, the speakers should be like the second thing on the list, not the 12th.
Yeah. And then you're right. You can save the show, and no one would complain to me. I mean, it's not like I got a bad review, like it wasn't loud enough. People won't do that. They had a good time. They still danced. They just, it was just a different. We're the ones I think that carry that weight. I think the heaviest. Sometimes you go home and you think about, oh my God, I failed, and then you get this 5-star review, and you're like, oh, because that other stuff you were talking about, the DJ skills, the playing the right songs, getting people to have a good time, and your clients are happy because everybody had a good time. You still did your job, but it's even better when you can be 100% take care of the gig, right? And that's where the right sound system comes in.
Right.
Justin, you're carrying the
He's muted.
Justin, you're muted. Still muted.
I was gonna say the show with no technical issues before, and now we're having technical issues.
That's fine. He'll find the mute button in a second. What I was gonna say was I'm pretty sure Justin's carrying the. There you are.
Stop drinking. Stop drinking.
Hey, Justin, you've got the Mackie Thump.
Wasn't a technical issue. That was the Justin issue.
You've got the Mackie Thump Go now on the site, don't you?
Yes, he does.
Jason, I'm going to volley this back to you because we talked prior in other episodes and in general, but because you literally live, eat, breathe, sleep, speakers. So, I think that they say I'm a DJ. What does that mean, right? I play music. But I don't think it just means that anymore. If you're a DJ, you have to be ready for any event. That could be a birthday party, a club, a wedding, a PA system, running sound for the mayor, doing something in a corporate environment. And if you think that one speaker system is going to do that, every situation, it's not going to work out for you. So
I hear the setup, and I'll go right into it for you. So
yeah, and I'll just say that I've gotten back into events, and I've built my system in pieces so that when I need the full range of everything, I bring it all, and then when I'm doing this, I only have that, and so on and so forth. So talk a little bit about that because you're the guy.
Right. So the first thing is have a backup. I mean, if you have a backup computer and you don't have backup speakers, then just get in the car and drive home. Have a backup. Even if you're going out with, 2 15 2-ways and 218 subs, have a pair of 10 inches in the car, because if you blow those 2-ways up, then you can at least throw those on the sticks and get by. It's not going to be the sound system that you want, but it's going to be better than no sound. So have a backup, even if it's a cheap backup, like a $200 speaker, because that $200 speaker will still get you through the gig. It will pass signal and everybody will be happy. Now the second point is I always compare speakers to cars, whether we're talking about how much to drive the car and drive the speaker and the internals, whether it's the amplifier versus the engine. But this brings up another point of me comparing it to cars. If you're a race car driver, that doesn't mean you drive every type of car. You could be a stock car, you could be a NASCAR, you could be Formula One, you could be a drift car. The car that you're driving is relevant to the event that you're doing. You can't take a Formula One car and go off-road with it. So if you're going to be a race car driver, you're going to have a car for the track. So have a speaker for the event. Now, same to be said about lighting, but I'm not really a lighting guy. So like, screw you lighting guys. And I'll have a little light on the side, but for your DJ controller will work in all of those scenarios all the time. Your same controller that's going to be on the little rig could be on the big rig. So your controller, your laptop, your music, all that's going to be relevant. But your speakers are like the car. So have the right car for the right track and know the track that you're going to ahead of time. And that could be the size of the room, the reverberation issues of the room, the amount of people in the room, if you're inside, if you're outside, if it's a corporate event, if it's a Sweet 16, if it's a nightclub. So when I was running booths for speaker manufacturers at trade shows, I would get the same question all the time. What is the best speaker you sell? And I go, well, I would be a jerk and I'd go, every speaker I sell is the best speaker. But then I'd have to ask them a series of 10 questions to find out what the best speaker for you is, not the best speaker that I sell, because the best speaker that I sell could be for your event, could be a $300 10-inch 2-way speaker, or it could be a line array with double 18-inch subs. So tell me what you're doing and I'll tell you what's going to work. But then they say, okay, well, what's like in the middle? And I'm like, again, I can't answer that, but I'll get you as close as I can. But if it's not right, I don't want to get a phone call and saying, well, it wasn't right. So the speaker is not just something that makes the sound of the music coming out of your computer. It's your car at the racetrack. Bring the right car to the right track.
And sometimes you might have a variable track, right? Where you might need, I don't like the car analogy here, but you might need to bring them all because, there's
and you should
terrain.
Like
right?
Aaron was saying, you're going to have a speaker for cocktail hour, a speaker for reception, and a speaker for the ceremony. And those can all move from room to room.
I'm going to shout out.
Or not.
Jay, this is a great example. And I don't know if you saw this post in our in my RCF group. I think the guy, C.E. Peck. I think he lives in Connecticut. Big RCF guy. He had some Evolves. And what he did was he posted a picture and system looked great. The setup looked great. And he had two Evolve 50s. And then he had two sub 705s underneath him next to the Evolve 50s. And he asked the question, what do you guys think? And, quite simply, if anyone knows those speakers, you're going to say right away, not enough gas up top, right? But people wonder, all right, well, what's so like everyone that's buying the portable column right now, the move seems to be, I'm not getting enough sound, right? So what are they doing? They're adding on what? What have you seen?
Subs. Well, there's a couple things that you can do. There's a couple. One.
So let's talk about that.
You could, if you want to add more subs, you're going to then be able to drive your top speakers less hard so that you can preserve the longevity of those speakers and not run them into the red and distortion and blow them up. And you're going to get a greater impact of the sound on the dance floor. Now, if you have a large room, but you have a 20 by 20 dance floor, you're not trying to cover the entire room. You're trying to have the biggest impact where the people are dancing. And a sub is going to give you that. So the guy with the Evolve 30s or 50s or whatever one you mentioned, which I have no problem with. I've actually done events with the Evolves before, and I'm like, damn it, these things sound all right. I'm okay with that. And then the sub 705, it's not the most tear your face off sub that RCF makes, but it's going to add to that system, and it's going to give a lot more impact on the dance floor so that the people on the dance floor are going to complain less about it not being loud enough. But then the rest of the people in the venue are going to be like, I could hear it and it's over there and it's great and I'm fine. But I always say the more the merrier.
I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there because I got to tell you that I'm in disagreement with you here.
About what? About him bringing 705s?
I agree with you to
a
a point, but I'm talking about this specific system, and CE jumped in, and he's
but you said he had not
this,
enough gas. I don't know how big the room was or the size of the party or anything. So
I totally agree with that. So let's put this into a vacuum. And I'm sorry, down on the right,
on the thing right now. Now we got to squash this. So all right. Listen, from the speaker guy, what I would say first is, now, Aaron, I'll tell you the one thing that I feel that you did wrong along the way, right? You changed a set of speakers for another set of similar speakers from a different manufacturer.
Yeah,
so you're not getting much. You're not getting a bigger impact change. You're getting maybe a feature change and a design change and maybe a little bit more SPL out of those speakers. But you're going like, that would be like if I went from a Evolve 30 to a J-Mix, it's like, yes, they look different and their sound signature might be different, but you went from like a Toyota Corolla to like, you know,
Honda Civic.
So now what I would have done if I were you is if you started with, what was the first set? Not the Bose one. After that, you had the Evolves or
the EV30Ms.
The EV30Ms. That one's not ringing a bell. But what I would have done in that situation was I would have just bought 2 more of that speaker and spread my sound out a little bit more.
Right.
Well, that's the right move. But what I'm trying to get to is that if you've personally purchased more subs, at some point you're going to get to the situation where your tops are not going to be balanced, because just by adding subs, yeah, it's going to help you out in certain rooms, but then you're going to get to a point where your lows are too much, right? So a lot of people are like, buy another portable column array. Absolutely. Some people can't afford to do that, right?
Right.
I'll tell you that what I've done is with my Evox 12s, I've actually picked up a pair of 910s, RCF 910s, and I use point source. Mm-hmm. So I'll flank myself. I'll have one monitor, and then I'll point one out kind of towards the center, along with another sub. So that really balances out, and it really helps me to extend out the sound. So there are other options instead of just adding subs. Well, and having those extra 10-inch or 8-inch woofer speakers can do so many different things for you. So when we talk about having tools, I've been pushing 8-inch and 10-inch speakers to people because you can use them in every gig. And right. DJs don't use monitors, and it confuses me sometimes.
You got to get Josh on. He's about to burst a blood boil.
But just for that, you can use it. And then I love what you say,
here's
Jay.
the other thing with the powered array systems. If you were to, and I'm going to go with an Evox, an RCF Evox 8, because that's the one I'm most familiar with on shows, let's say. And that's going to be, a 10-inch or a 12-inch low frequency driver, and then the 8 2 inches up top. If you were going to add another sub to that, here's the problem. They're both self-powered systems with internal DSP and no ability to adjust any type of crossover. Because what I would initially want to do is I would add an 18-inch sub, have the 12-inch sub with the Evox, and then have my high frequencies. I would then tune the speakers differently so that the sub on the Evox, which is my mid bass, and that the separate subwoofer is my subsonic or my lower frequencies. But you cannot do that. I mean, you probably could with a drive rack or something else and sending the signal, but the way that typical DJs are running it is everything is just straight off the board. So you're just adding another driver that's reproducing those same frequencies, and it's still stressing those drivers and drawing too much power, where you should then be crossing your system over into more of a 3-way configuration. So with CPEC's situation, he's adding another sub that's just adding, let's say, the same frequency range, and he's not getting a fuller sound system or a less strained sound system because he's not crossing over those individual drivers. Now Switch was saying earlier that, going out with amp racks and passive speakers, and that was the time where you could really dial in every single driver in those boxes, because that's what a passive system allowed you to do. So you really need, if you're buying a specific speaker, whether it's EV or RCF or LD systems, get on the phone, call that manufacturer up and explain to them the situation that you're running those speakers, and ask them the best way to set the gain, to set the crossovers, to set EQ. Get yourself some type of drive rack where you can EQ the room, and your sound system will be totally different than just plugging it in.
And if you look at what CE put here, is he did cross it over the right way, like he did exactly what you said. So
no, but there's no crossing over that system unless he has external
it sounded great, but at the end of the day, when you're building out a sound system, you have to understand that at some point you might need more. And I want to say hello to Joey, great customer in, I want to say Jersey or Philly, one of those areas, or Connecticut, one of those three. And he said adding more speakers as a mobile DJ may not be feasible, right?
Why? Answer. I want to hear the answer
because
to
not
that,
everybody
Joey.
has the money to buy them, Jason. That's why. And that might be what he's saying as a single.
I understand that. So there was a quote that I used once, because I'm not like use a quote to sell a rig. And the quote got me a $500,000 rig out of a contractor. And it was, you don't buy speakers for the jobs you have. You buy speakers for the jobs you want. And now you could take that and expand it in other directions. So if Joey's saying that's not feasible, then you're doing the wrong jobs. Again, it goes back to the car reference. Put the right car on the right track. Back off your lighting for a little bit on that. Or you're taking jobs that your rig can't handle. And I'm not disrespecting you, Joey. I appreciate you because you're bringing up a great topic here. But if it's not feasible, then the job is not feasible for you.
I think not feasible, all due respect, in a vacuum is just, I don't like the attitude of that in general. I don't want to ever say no to anything. So let's move on.
He might also be talking about, which I agree is like,
as
a
mobile,
mobile,
Aaron.
As a mobile single up, like, I don't have a trailer. It's just me. I'm just, I'm just trying to put my stuff in my car and get to the gig, and
storage.
And that's
right?
why the Calm Arrays are badass, because they set up really quick and easy, and they get a good throw, and they get the job done.
I think
most of the time. So throwing extra subs.
A lot of people want to be able to use the same vehicle. They don't want anything more that they can't fit in their vehicle. Would you say that that's something that you think about, Aaron?
Mostly because I'm not. If I had to drive a trailer, I'd kill people in the road. I can't do it. I can't park that shit. I'd be looking everywhere like I can't park anywhere here.
I'll tell you, with that mustache, you look like you could drive a truck.
Put a hat on, I'm good to go. Yeah. So no, I kind of get what Joey's saying here. I when I'm looking for things, I'm trying to keep it simple, getting the job done, and I think for weddings. For the most part too.
Yeah,
like,
that's what he's talking. You're right. You're 100% right. Look what he said. What's up, Joey? He's doing a wedding and he's more oomph. He can't. He doesn't need 4 cameras. He can't fit it in his CX-9.
Yeah,
which is a beautiful car, by the way.
Yeah,
I love that CX-9.
And honestly, like the ones we have out there they're doing it, guys. They're doing it. I mean, they're working. They're getting the job done, and it's all for weddings specifically. I can attest to that. At the end of the night, people are having a great time. Are their ears bleeding? No. Could I have a little bit more subs? Maybe. But at the end of the night, I'm the one loading all that shit into an elevator, going down the stairs, back into my car. So I think that they're designing these things for us. And I'm all about that. I think it's working. I'm happy with it.
When it comes to generating those clients and being able to like fulfill those clients, my first question to every single one of my clients, every time I consider taking on a new gig, is what's the head count look like? If they have any idea at all, like what kind of head count they're expecting, I need to know that up front, because that's going to immediately dictate how much lighting, how much sound, like how much staffing am I going to have to hire to accomplish this thing, because I'm damn sure not going to be able to do it all myself if it's over like 150 people. I mean, I probably could, but I don't want to. And that just, all that is just a line item on the invoice. So part of it is considering your own like personal limitations of like what you're capable of, what your car can handle carrying, like, can you fit 16 cabinets in the back of your Toyota? No, probably not. But all of that stuff can be considered with the simple question of what's your head count, and then build out what your expectations are with your client from there. Right. I only own a pair of Mackie 12s. I only own a pair of Mackie 12s. The other thing that I own is the phone number to at least 3 different sound shops in my town. So if I do a 500, 600 head, 1,000 head, 10,000 head gig, then I know exactly who to call so that I can generate an invoice and have staff and have a truck and have people take care of that stuff for me. Because I made a decision a long time ago that I was done carrying 415s and 412s and a 10-foot truss to every single freaking one of my gigs. I got sick of that. So
That's
out.
a great point. Have those contacts. I mean, that's great. And the sound guys love that because they get to literally set up and push the limits of their rig with a left-right mix into their system and then hang back and watch girls dance and everything.
Is brought to you by Woodford Reserve. Sorry.
Yo. All right. So it's almost 9 o'clock here.
So
I want to keep this moving along. I'm going to get back to products, but there's something we're always talking about gear and we're DJs, right? We never talk about music.
Ooh.
We try and talk about music more and more in our groups and, getting people back in again.
Music?
Zip
What's
DJ is a record pool that I'm working out a partnership with. We have a link in our comments there. Definitely check it out. They're doing a holiday sale right now. I've been using it personally. It really is like a hidden gem.
I have a question.
Get to it and be like, it's dope. It has everything I need, and it's priced really nice. What's up, Jay?
How's the interface? Because at the end of the day, the song
Click the link, brother. Check it out, man.
Because that's the biggest thing. I'm a promo only guy, and I had no problem with it, and I've been loyal to them for a long time. But I just had to recently update their pool download thing. And I literally had to call them back. And I was like, I don't know where any of your new functions are. And I hated it. And I was like, this would get me to leave this platform because of their player I didn't like.
So they just released 4.0. It's brand new. I'm not really a record pool guy, dude. I go Beatport and I'm standalone. Like it's always just been Beatport for me, and I don't really play top 40 stuff. It's mostly house and
but like I said, it doesn't matter about the song itself. It's how it gets to me is what I want to see.
But now that I'm going to start to do more events next year, I think, and I'm like, let me start to look at some of these other record pools, and I want to get something that I can offer to people. So anyway, the interface for me, for someone who's never really went into anything other than Beatport, it was really easy to navigate. I was very quickly able to find different collections and curated lists. And like, I'm not really a hip hop guy. So for me to be able to jump in and know what the popular hip hop songs are at the moment, and then they have great remixes, their electronic stuff. For me, I was actually impressed with it. And I'm someone that's on Beatport all day. It was just as good. A lot of the same songs. So it's good stuff. So talking about music, let's talk about some of the party songs, the number one party songs of this year. I want to ask you guys, and I want to reach out to our audience. What were the biggest songs for you guys and girls that you played or were requested this year? I'm going to go to real quick. I'm going to go to Spotify top 5 stream songs for 2021. You ready? Number 5, Levitating featuring The Baby by Dua Lipa. I had to date an Ecuadorian girl to learn how to say that right.
Is that how you say it?
Dua Lipa.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Dua Lipa.
Good for You by Olivia Rodrigo, who's like the number one female artist right now. It's crazy.
Pepas.
Stay with Justin Bieber featuring the Kid Laroi. Who is this kid? Yeah. He's everywhere. Who is this Kid Laroi?
It's a great song.
Listen, I can sing on a Justin Bieber track and be famous. Come on.
I'm telling you let me tell you guys. You're going to hear this song. It sounds like Coldplay. I thought it was Coldplay when I first heard it.
I got to tell you guys, I was doing a community event and I was trying to get ready. I knew I had like kids and family and whatever, and I knew that was like a top banger. And I've only been hearing it like the Amazon, the Alexa at my house. It's set to like mute swear words because I got kids. And so I downloaded the song. I didn't get it on my record pool. It was on the record pool. And then for some reason, I just decided to pre-listen to it just in case. And boom, there's some Effies and Jeffies in that song. And I almost like bombed that all through my neighborhood. Like,
sorry, hold on. Hang on. Sorry. There's some what?
Booted,
there's some Effies and what?
Some Effins and Jeffins.
We get booted yet?
I'm here to tell you, I've been named Jeff my entire life. It's written on my birth certificate. I have never, ever, ever heard that term ever.
You never heard Effins and Jeffins?
No. What is that? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Let me get through the rest of this list, guys.
That's amazing, is what it is. I love it.
Montero, Call Me by Your Name by Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
Number 1. This is globally, by the way.
Okay.
Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo.
Still?
She's got 2 in it.
Yeah. I want to give you guys a couple of funny
How is
facts.
the Elton John track not on that list?
The top 5 streamed. I know,
It's
I
a
love
great
that song. The top 5
See?
streamed throwback albums released more than 20 years ago. You ready? Pandemic brought
Wait,
a lot
wait,
of things
I wanna
back,
guess.
right?
Me
Rumors
and
by
Switch are gonna
Fleetwood
guess.
Mac, number 1. Nevermind by Nirvana. Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. And the Beatles making a comeback.
Well, because they have a documentary on Netflix right now.
Guess what?
You talking about the Beatles? Let It Be.
Music for
Yeah.
Plants
No, get
playlist
back.
has grown nearly 1,400% since the pandemic started.
Wait,
No,
what
the
was
album. What Beatles album was it? Let It Be.
The Beatles.
that? Oh, in general.
No, which
No, the Beatles. It says the Beatles by the Beatles name of the album, the Beatles.
the White Album or
It just says the Beatles by the Beatles.
okay.
So Michael Jackson's estate is benefiting off of that.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Most
the White Album.
stream artist in the U.S. You ready?
Yeah.
Number
Wait.
5, Bad Bunny. Number
Wow.
4, Kanye West. Number 3, Juice World. Number 2, Taylor Swift. Number 1, Drake.
Adele. No,
Still.
Drake really?
Who's not accepting Grammys anymore, by the way.
Nobody cares.
And let's give a shout out to The Weeknd, too. I mean, The Weeknd is killing it.
I'll agree with you on that. I bought it on vinyl. If I
The
buy it
Weeknd
on
is
vinyl
killing
and it's a
it, man.
repress 180 gram, that means I like it.
Except I
And-
can't get his shit to work on weddings though. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys?
They got good dance mixes. I mean,
Some of them, but like I try to drop Blinding Lights and some
yeah,
of his other
because
stuff.
it's hard to mix. Let's be
Wait.
real. We're DJs. It's hard to mix.
But
How
that
the
one felt
originals
like it would
the
go
version.
perfect with like Aha Take On. You know what I mean? It's like okay,
Yeah, but now you're
yeah.
out of a good R&B category into 80s new wave, and now you got
That's true.
Come on.
That's true. So I can't get him to work. I tried. You know what? Silk Sonic. I hope that shit rises. That.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that stuff smoking out the window. I'm just gonna play that whether people want to hear
Eric,
it or not.
Silk Sonic. He said it. There you go.
Yo, I want to say
That's what
hello
I was
to
looking
Jeet.
for.
What's up, Jeet?
I was looking for
He's a
Silk Sonic.
new person here, John Simonson. What's up, John?
Bass
I
boss.
heard Limp Bizkit just put out an album like a month ago, by the way.
Limp Bizkit did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
I didn't listen to it. I don't know.
What do you think, man? No.
Well, listen, the first album
Were they
sucked
ever?
other than Faith, and then the second album was the bread and butter, and then everything else was just other songs by Limp Bizkit.
How many times have you guys gotten this request?
What?
What's up, Mario? Peppers?
Peppers.
Oh, Peppers. Oh, yeah.
Banger. It's a bang. It's the new Danza Kuduro. Just say it as it is. It's the new
It is.
Danza Kuduro, and I'm fine
is.
with it.
Yeah.
Always
Nice.
on a
Eric
mission,
knows.
Eric. Always on a mission.
Eric
Meet
knows
the
Silk
Beatles.
Sonic.
He's saying meet the Beatles, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
AKA Johnny Mnemonic. I like it. I love it. You're
Justin,
welcome,
so
Jeet.
you
What's
named
going
all
on,
of
my
these like
man?
mainstream stuff. So you're Mr. Dance Club stuff. So
Well, I
in
just
your
went.
genre,
I just went on Billboard and Spotify. You know, I wanna talk about that.
well, what are the
I
top
mean,
5 on Beatport?
There's so much electronic music. It's so subjective. But I just wanted to go off Spotify and Billboard.
I got to do a baby shower during the day on Saturday, and it's not EDM. It's all new house stuff, and I'm like, yes.
At a baby
Probably
shower?
gonna suck. Well, she's probably like 36 and thinks that this is the way to do it, and then everyone's gonna hate it. So I'm like, I like the direction that she's going, and it'll probably not be a dance party, so I can make it more vibey with that, like based on volume and everything else. But I'm like, all right, I'm game. Hit me with it.
Careful, you hit a brown note, make people, or you hit a certain note, that baby's coming out.
I would love. I've done some really wacky events in my life. If there was a birth at an event, that would be the last
Dude,
event I could say I've
get your-
done it all.
You gotta finally. That was the last check mark. I need a baby born at my event. Now
Yeah,
I'm
or at
What
least
song
I know
would
there's
make
been
that happen?
pregnancies or conceptions at events, but not of the baby being born.
right
I
on
love
the dance floor. Right on the dance floor.
I love the weddings that I get where like the coordinator or like the bride's sister will email me and be like, "Hey, so listen, the bride loves trap music. Like loves trap music. She absolutely is obsessed with trap music." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Cuz I know what that means. I'm going to be playing Love Shack. I'm going to be playing Take On Me. I'm going to be playing the same shit that I play at every wedding because what the bride wants, I will absolutely play some trap songs for the bride, but the bride's not the only person in the room. And if she and if she runs the kind of reception where she wants everyone to treat her like she's the only person in the room, that reception is not going to go long, and I'm going to get to go home early. So it's totally fine by me either way.
Well, what's funny is I'm always the first guy to be like, play the original cut. I mean, you could play an extended mix or an intro mix or something that's got a little bit beefier of a backdrop to it. But in that scenario, because trap is so broad with like remixes of originals, that's where you throw those in, where it's like, I mean, there's my kid, I have a 10 and a 6-year-old, and they actually really do dig trap music because it's fun to listen to. And I'm not a producer, but I respect the production value. So I like trap music. So they're playing trap remixes of songs like on Trap Nation on YouTube. And it's like, they'll have like Blue by Eiffel 65. And I'm like writing it down. I'm like, oh, I could play that at an event. Like, so like a remix to a song that has no more life as a trap remix, I'm all for it. But like an original trap song, that not at a wedding.
Everything's a reissue right now. A lot of reissues.
I had like
hey, Aaron.
Yeah. What's up, Justin?
Talk about your top 5 party songs for 2021.
This year? Yeah. I wrote a list down. And this is just songs that most of them are older, but because they still work, and it just like when I play it, you know, I love the reaction. I love
was it Mr. Brightside?
Mr. Brightside is a banger. That is a total banger.
That song will never go away. Yo, when he plays these songs,
it wasn't even as popular when it came out.
Right? It's really like
Mr. Brightside is Queen Bohemian Rhapsody.
It could be the new age Sweet Caroline. You never know.
Yeah, playing that could be a song that like 10, 15 years from now, wedding DJs are still playing. I think so. People would just immediately jump on the dance floor for Mr. Brightside. So I got Dancing Queen, and I saved that shit for the end. If people ask for it, I'm like, no, I need you a little bit more drunk before I drop that one. And Levitating is on mine as well. I do a mix. I do Spice Girls Wannabe right into Levitating, and that usually goes off. I'll play that earlier in the night. And then like a song that, here's what's fun too, as a wedding DJ, sometimes, you know, when you start to see a song get requested more and more in a must play that you don't play often, you're like, okay, maybe there's something here. I'm gonna try that. And for me, it was a song I rarely played at weddings, which is Bottoms Up. Have you guys ever played that? That song kills at a wedding.
By Trey Songz?
The hip hop song or the
Trey Songz?
Yeah, Trey Songz. Yeah.
Okay. Because there is a country song called Bottoms Up. It's a very different song. I don't want to get you.
You got to remember too, these people are influenced by things that they see on TV. So like, look at Wilson Phillips when like Bridesmaids came out. Like, you know, all of these songs have like a resurgence in a car commercial or a movie or a TikTok video. So yeah. I mean, if you have XM Sirius satellite, you should be listening to the TikTok channel, because that's what the 20 and below are going to be requesting. And if you're like, well, why are they playing this song? It's because it's being played on TikTok.
Yeah.
It works, man.
No, he's right.
That's a banger. That song's a banger.
Jay's absolutely right, though. I've been having a lot of discussion with the guys in my DJ crew about how TikTok is influencing the way young people are consuming music anymore, and how like it's the weirdest shit in the world. He was talking about how he just played like it's a high school party, but it's one end of the year, like a prom or like it wasn't a prom. They called it something else, but it was yeah, sure. It was like that too, but it was like a homecoming thing. And we lost.
Because he's trying to share his.
So my guy goes and plays a homecoming. He hasn't played a high school party in years, but he gets booked for this high school party, and he was saying that like a lot of what was hitting with those high school kids was. It was TikTok songs, but it was just that like 15 to 30 second part. So like they'd be standing around listening to the song, not recognizing what it was until the hook hits, and then all of a sudden they're doing the dance for like 30 seconds, and then the hook goes by, and then they're back into like the verse or whatever, and now all of a sudden they don't recognize it because they only know that part of that song.
Was, I forget the artist name because it's weird, but it's Fancy Like, the country song.
Oh,
Fancy Like Applebee's, which is actually a decent country goofy banger. But you're right. They wait for the hook so they could do the dance. And then 30 seconds after that, they're like, okay, now we just look stupid and nobody's filming us. So you just got to get in and get out.
I mean, a lot of those artists, even the artists that Justin rattled off earlier, like the Juice WRLD stuff, is like it's a lot of the same thing where they're just familiar with that 15 to 30-second snippet from that they hear over and over on TikTok, and so TikTok has completely changed the way a lot of people, and it's not even kids, just people are consuming music, and it's a big part of the reason why, like right now, Tank on Me is still banging. Like it keeps coming in waves. For whatever reason, that song will just never die. Aha's Take on Me is still just hits
new
every
wave
time.
coming in waves, man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess since we lost Aaron, I'll go.
Here he comes.
A lot of the parties that I've been playing.
What'd you have to do? You had to comb your mustache?
Yeah, it was getting a little rusty. I was like worried about.
I'm just waiting for it to be handlebars because it's beautiful. Don't listen to Justin. It's beautiful.
I'm not.
I'm a beard guy. I shaved it recently.
I'm beautiful, and I know it.
I can't even grow a mustache.
See, there it is.
I want your switches top five.
There it is.
Because I don't want to give mine.
I actually
listen. Everybody knows I just celebrated my 29th birthday, and I'm getting
adorable.
there. I'm gonna be able to grow a mustache soon.
I actually shaved just for this, and I'm completely regretting it. Because I'm the only one with a baby face. So all right, so so a lot of the parties that I've been doing have been I mean, you guys know this about me, and a lot of like my audience, my people that are hanging out in the chat know this about me. I'm a big nerd DJ. I specifically focus a lot of my efforts anymore in my DJ career on nerd-centric events, comic cons, video game cons.
That's awesome. Actually.
Last weekend, I actually was doing a charity event with the Portland chapter of an organization that used to be called the Harry Potter Alliance. Now they're called Fandom Forward, but it's the same basic idea. It's Harry Potter fans that are getting together to throw a charity-focused event. And the last 2 years, for obvious reasons, we've been doing a virtual version of the event. Well, this last weekend, it was like pseudo virtual. We had one sort of in-person thing that I was able to like show up and kind of do a little in-person mixing for, which I was really excited about. But a lot of what's hitting with that crowd is still like Space Jam and Take on Me and like meme songs, internet songs that have been like floating around on the internet. Like, people have ascribed some sort of like memory of a meme or some sort of thing that made them laugh or made them like feel good for a few minutes that they saw on a Facebook wall or they saw on an Instagram video or something. And
do you think that's bad for the song or good for the song?
No, I think it's absolutely good. It depends on the context, but I think it's absolutely good if it's ascribed to a good experience.
Fair enough.
Because it's a way for a new audience to have a new association with great music from a previous generation. So
Guys.
Take on Me, for example, even though the slow version came out for the Deadpool movie a few years ago, I think in 2017, the
Justin,
original
we're
fast
going.
version.
You could go to sleep. Just keep us on.
The original fast version from the 80s.
I had to have
still
a good
hits.
question in regards to this from one of the from Jeet.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
In New York, if I hear Jeet, I'm thinking Derek Jeter.
Well,
Jeet, have you guys come across parties where you play the TikTok songs and mainly they want to hear the hook?
We just hit on that.
And after the hook, they're pretty much like, what the hell is this song? I mean,
Yeah.
we've been going through that for 25 years. I mean, that's a lot of songs in general, but I totally know what he means. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I think it's just
Jeet.
it's a part
Welcome.
of open format DJs kind of adapted the quick mix thing a long time ago. I think that the mainstream is just kind of catching up to it now. So if you've been a DJ in the game for a while, it shouldn't bother you. If anything, that should just give you, put a crate together and be like, all right, this is going to be a 5-minute set of just quick bangers. And it's going to make this portion of the party go a certain way. And these age demographic enjoy it. And then you're on to the next thing.
I have to disagree with you.
Jeff.
I have to disagree with you a little bit. Now, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but the part that I'm disagreeing with is in terms of the philosophy of playing into that whole quick mix idea and allowing that TikTok, the way that they consume music over TikTok to sort of dictate the way you play your set.
It's just a portion of it.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if I'm there DJing in an event, like, I'm there to play songs and I'm there to play them the way I want to play them. I'm the entertainment, I'm the performer, and I'm gonna sort of play to the crowd, but I'm also gonna sort of play to the way that I'm trying to play because, like, I'm there to perform the way that I'm going to perform.
Well, we do different type of events. I mean, if I'm at a Sweet 16, it's going to be a struggle because a 4-hour Sweet 16 with 30-second clips is going to be a nightmare. But
Right.
you gotta sprinkle that in
that's
appease to that.
that's what I'm saying. And I think we do agree on that. But like if you do the TikTok thing where it's 30-second clips, 30-second clips, 30-second clips, and you're just going hook, you cannot keep that up for 3 hours.
No, hell no.
It's insane to try and think you can keep that up for 3 hours. You can do that for a few minutes to try and warm up a floor, but after maybe the first 10 to 12 minutes, you gotta settle down and settle in for the long haul.
Yeah, of course.
Aaron, same question, brother.
Yeah, with TikTok stuff, for me, I think you made a good point too about like the events you do. I mostly do weddings, so for me, my approach and my philosophy is I gotta play the hits. I gotta play the hits that people know, and that I've got people that are young, I got people that are old, I got two different families. I'm trying to get them on a dance floor. They don't know each other. They're two different families. They're looking at each other. I want to play the shit that they're gonna be like, I know that song, and all right, I'm gonna go along with it. So, like with the TikTok stuff, what I've noticed at weddings is sometimes I'll get a request for it if it's not like a mainstream song, or and then for me, I'm like, sure, I could play that, but like you and your two friends are the only two people that are really going to dig this. And so, I feel like it's my job to preserve and protect the dance floor from stuff like that. If it's on the couple's must play, then I'll play it, because again, if they're on the dance floor while I do something like a TikTok song that maybe not everybody knows, but they're having a good time, then everybody else will have a good time around them.
I got a question for you, Aaron. In your market, and especially at your events, are you alone, or do you have an MC, or do you do formalities and hype from behind the booth?
I do it all. I'm the MC and I'm the DJ. Yeah.
That's what I was assuming, and it has nothing to do with if that's right or wrong. However, when in my market, 99% of the times it's going to be two guys, and in a wedding, I do both roles where I'm like you, but then so the guy Eric Kizis in the comments, I don't want to say he's my DJ, but we work for the same company. We've been friends for our whole lives. He's the DJ at an event. I'm typically the MC. Now, at our types of events, those little bits and nuggets of songs or TikToks are what I would use as segues or openers, or something. And especially in the New York, Connecticut market, New Jersey market, we have courses of food that screw everything up. You got to eat and then dance, and then you eat and then you dance, and then you cut the cake and they dance, and then you have speeches and then you dance. So
it's
for
so
me,
weird. I know
it is very weird, but we've adapted to it, and you actually have to kind of embrace it for your benefit. So Eric and I could be at an event and they'll be like, play the TikTok song or blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. We just came out of salad course, let's say. I could use that song to pack the dance floor, and then they're filming themselves, they're doing the goofy dance. So I could play that 30 seconds to make them run to the dance floor, and now my DJ could go into his set that he was going to do, or whatever we were going to do. So that's where people are like, your event flow is weird. However, it does give us opportunities to mix in oddities often, whether it's like a weird rock song that like 5 people want to hear, or a TikTok song, or a slow song, or a sad song. So it's not just about the music. It's about programming. It's about knowing the venue. It's knowing about the food scheduling, when they sit, when they dance, and then placing those in the right times. I mean, as a DJ and an MC duo, you're always like, I'll have Eric say something like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm like, wait, we have this happening in 20 minutes. Save that for then, because it's going to have a bigger impact on the dance floor if you do it then. If you do it in the middle of the dance set where they're already raging, it's going to work regardless, but let's use it at another time of the night where we need to recaptivate that energy or get something else going.
Got to use your tools. Got to use those tools.
All right. Well, we are the DJ's guru here. So at some point we got to talk about gear, right? So I wanted to bring
We haven't done that yet. I
want to bring up, for me, there's been some new products. We'll talk about some new products, and then just products that have really impressed me this year that I have sold and used and made people very happy with. And we'll start with, I know I'm using it. I see it with Aaron, but I've sold a ton of these. The Shure MV7
Great mic.
was, I think, a really big item for DJs, because it gave you the ability to do a podcast, to do a live stream, to do a lot of things inside, but still have a microphone that you could actually throw an XLR into and use during outdoor gigs as well. So I love that. Jason, I think you use these, right? Nothing new here, but listen, like we said, I got back into doing events. This is the 40. These are the, hey buddy. These are the 40s, but the 50s are actually the ones that I use. These are, I think, 109 or 99. The M50X.
I have those back there. I just got sent a pair of the purple M50s.
Oh, look at you! I sent you that link.
Well, I got them
they
because somebody loves me. I actually used to be the Audio Technica rep, so that's why I have like, Audio Technica 2020 USB and stuff like that. But I do like the M50s because their price, the M40s, M50s are not really much different. I do like the price point. I
149 that headphone, and I'm an MDR 700 HDJ
if you're paying
guy.
$300 for headphones and you're DJing, like, I think like 129, 149, as long as the 149 lasts, meaning that the screws don't fall out and the hinges don't break. I have those too. Switch. I have the similar ones too.
I mean, how much for headphones? Sorry, that was how much were you?
300.
Yeah,
but you're using those. Really?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to be carrying.
Actually, I'm saying that. Meanwhile, I'm using a $500 set of in-ears. So
there you go. There you go.
That's what I use.
You use V-Moda?
No, these are you've never even
I've heard really good
brand?
things. I've been carrying the AI, which are kind of similar design and just really well made, but going to be carrying V-Moda. Got a lot of good feedback on that, so working something out. Yeah,
that's such a dope
nice
case.
I
love
everything.
That molded case,
isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. It doesn't get better than that.
Yo, let me also show you guys this moving head.
Nice.
So we all know Justin loves
sick.
J-Maz. I have a great relationship with them, but when things changed for me, I literally sought them out because I saw so much opportunity because it was such a great product at an affordable price. So it's the Acco Spot 200, the 200 watt LED with built-in wireless DMX.
Ooh.
Makes a big difference when, not like they have the battery powered moving heads, which I have. The battery powered moving heads is great. It's great, but you're spending a lot of money on that battery and you kind of lose some of the brightness, right? And you don't really always need the battery, but to have that wireless DMX does make a huge difference. And then you can output wirelessly from your software, from your DMX controller, whatever it is that you're using. And they're super bright. It's just a great moving heads. That's the Acco Spot 200. Mixed stream.
Wait, Justin, hold on a second. Hold on. Don't go into that yet. Let's answer a comment.
What?
So pull up Jeet's comment. And I know, Justin, you're going to hate that I'm going to say this, but I don't care. So pull up Jeet's comments about the headphone replacement pads. So Jeet, Deconi, Dekoni. Deconi is the only really option for headphone replacement pads. That's all you need to know. They got everything. So I had to. I'm sorry. They really do only make the replacement pads.
Yeah. Go buy some overpriced foam.
It is what it is. Or just call the manufacturer and ask them to send you a pair for free. Be like, hey, can you give me some new replacements?
They can't even get you the meat. You think they get you the sides right now? They can't get you the sides.
All right, go back into
send me the link, bro. No.
Slide into my DMs.
No, it's Deconi. You got to figure out how to spell it. That's it. I'm like,
now you got to
like
shop
girls.
for this guy. You're going to have to shop for this guy.
6 digits. We're running late here. I want to talk a little bit about the mix stream, dude.
How the speakers on it? The speakers sound good.
They're fine. Like to you, no, they don't. But you've never, dude.
All right. So better question.
When you first started, how long did it take you, and how many things did you have to buy?
No, but that's fine. I like this product because there is nothing else like it. Number one, what I want to know is, what is the benefit of having the speakers there? Someone explain that to me. Like if I'm streaming from my home.
Let's think about it. When I first started, I had to go get my dad's stereo receiver and a pair of old realistic speakers because I had no sound system. So now you could take this thing and you could bring it in your bedroom and you can mix. And you're not going to be too loud. And you don't have to worry about getting a computer and an iPad. You don't have to worry about cables and getting the speakers. And that's it.
I would think that would be
and then eventually you get that, but at least that way
that would be a better
literally
practice tool than a streaming tool. Like, and I don't want to say anything bad about the product because I want to talk about that product because
say whatever you want about the product. I don't work for Newmark
like that. So I'm trying to put myself in the position of like, why? And that would be like all right, I have 45 minutes before my shift at work. I'm going to jump on and I'm going to practice my Audubon.
You're not thinking about it the right way. What about if you were buying the controller for your son? Wouldn't that make sense? You know, granted, you have
me or a normal person.
You're the wrong person to ask. Well, let's say you didn't have it at home, right? You could buy one thing. Kid takes it out of the box and he can play right there.
But see, I would like, so with all these DJ schools that are out there, which I feel like they never get enough love, the DJ schools, because they should be. Every Scratch Academy, every what's the one in Long Island that I don't want to say. They should have 100 of those because then you can practice right there right there at the desk. But they're marketing it as a streaming player, and that's where I'm not making the connection of why is a built-in controller with speakers a streaming deck versus like five or six other things I could come up with.
It's everything.
Okay.
It really is everything.
I'll talk to Andrew and we'll work on the marketing.
Yeah.
The thing that interested me the
just
most
watch
about
my
it,
video.
The thing that interested me was that Engine not left, but expanded out of Denon and jumped into that player. And I think, it's for me, I look at that. I thought the same thing as you did. Like, what are these speakers for? Look at all the real estate is taken up. What's the purpose of this? Like, what am I doing? But I also like, it'd be kind of cool to have that right here. Like, so for me, when I practice, I use my 2 and I got the bows. Like, this is here for my practice, but having that, it's all in one. You don't even need any music. The music's all there. If you got Wi-Fi, you can play anything you want. But
does it have legitimate output so I could take it to an event and actually use it? Or is it meant to never leave your house?
It's got output.
It's meant for the person who's never DJ'd before.
Really? And what's the price point?
In fact, what don't you understand about that? It wasn't designed for you guys.
Doesn't it have XLRs?
It wouldn't make sense for you.
No,
it's like you. Would you buy a bike with training wheels?
Listen,
No.
I have $150 speakers that I take to gigs. So I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate this into things that I do. And I haven't dove deep into it yet. And now that you brought it up, I'm like 87
it's
drinks
really,
deep. I'm like,
again,
tell me about this.
It's the idea is, again, I want to get into DJing. I want to buy one item.
What's the price? Map.
$499.
But that's not an entry level controller at $499.
It is when you consider the computer is built into it. You don't have to buy a computer either.
All right. Okay. I was just more focused on the
it's a completely standalone item.
And it has XLR outs.
Yeah, and it has XLR outs, and you turn the speakers
off.
off.
Keep that up for a second. I want to just
you can turn the speakers off, and then you have a master output. So it's really just there. Like for someone like us, you can't hear the monitors over your speakers. Your house speakers.
Can you use it as a monitors at an event too?
What?
Can you use it like if I have speakers?
You
at a
could,
small
but
event?
you're not going to hear it. You're not going to hear it.
Actually, Justin, why don't I jump in here and kind of take this
because
I feel like I'm uniquely qualified.
He's got something to say. He's got something to say. I'm going to let him say
Jay's concerns. Well, here's the thing, man. I put out that controller video on DJ's Guru's YouTube channel because I wanted to try and figure out like what's going to be the best option for a $300 controller, right? And so I was doing a shootout between the Pioneer SB3 and this guy right here, the Newmark Platinum FX. And at the time when I shot the video, I called out the Newmark Platinum FX for having a weird little technical issue, which I actually fixed, and I'll talk about that later. But the whole reason why a professional DJ like myself, like in the video, I had my Rain 1 sitting on the desk. So like the whole time I'm talking about $300 controllers, I've got my fucking Rain 1 sitting right there the entire time, right? The whole point is not to have it be like a replacement for your pro gear. The whole point is to have something that you can A, use in studio that doesn't ever really end up in a road case, or B, it's for use at a place where something like a Rain 1 or a full-size pair of turntables isn't really the right fit. I just played that gig. I mentioned that gig that I played last weekend with the Harry Potter folks, and it was a charity event. But I went out and played in a park where they wanted me to bring a battery-powered setup, right? And so I brought the Newmark Platinum FX to that gig, and it was perfect because it fit in my backpack.
That's battery powered, the Newmark Platinum?
No. That's not battery powered, but I had a like a little battery I plugged it into. One of those little just portable battery systems.
Yeah, I got one of those.
And I played for an hour and a half, dude. Those batteries, you don't have to spend a lot of money on a big ass battery to run for 9-10 hours or whatever. One of those like tailgate batteries.
Oh, I got a Ryobi, the 40 volt, 4 amperage thing.
If it's got an AC out and it can run a USB controller and a 90-watt laptop for 2 hours, then guess what?
Could run itself.
All right, listen.
Then
When we start talking about Home Depot products, I got
no. Listen, you can take that setup. You can take that Mixstream Pro that put the picture back up, Justin. You can take that Mixstream Pro. You can practice your sets in your bedroom with the speakers that are built in. Then you can take that same Mixstream Pro, throw it into a backpack, go play in a coffee shop, hand out a couple of business cards, generate some $1,000, $2,000 gig leads, and then you can go take that to that $1,000, $2,000 gig, plug those XLRs into a pro sound system, which Jay, as I understand it, you know a thing or two about pro sound systems, right? So you take those XLRs, you plug them into one of your big ass speakers that you sell, and then you go make your $2,000.
Sold. Justin, send me one. Sold. I'll give you $300 for it. Come on.
And congratulations, you did all that and you spent $400.
That's the answer that I
had my
wanted.
demo I was going to put up for sale. So
that's the answer that I wanted. Plus, I am not like, so I'm the virtual DJ.
I love
guy.
it. I don't need it. I just have too many control. I have too much
and
stuff.
Rekordbox and all these other softwares have the streaming apps where you could pay them monthly, or you do Tidal or whatever it is. I've never used the streaming portions of it, but it seems as though that this particular one is better for the music streaming and not just the speakers. I was always focused on the speakers because I'm like, why were they thinking about this? But it does seem it's a better platform for the music portion of it and not just the playback.
I see like it replacing the iPad down the road. Like people will have an iPad as a backup or whatever.
All right.
Now you have this, which does everything that an iPad does. Plus you have.
And I would much rather spend $500
on the real. On the real, Justin, I will never fucking own an iPad because I hate Apple. I hate them with a passion. So I would much rather buy a Mixstream Pro from Newmark that has all that functionality built in.
But you can leave it on, small. You could leave it just like you would an iPad. So anyway, Aaron, I know you love these. I know we both have them on in the back. I mean, this made a lot of headway this year. I mean, I think people are really starting to get Ape Labs and see that uplighting can be effect lighting. Like wash lighting, it all starts with wash, man. The days of beams in your face and, all of that. People want immersive lighting. They want, moving heads and that kind of activity. I just feel like that's the way things are moving. So Ape Labs Maxi, we literally so back ordered, but what a great light. Jason, you turned me on to this.
Hold on.
That's a cool device.
Switch back over.
And I had heard about it. And
so I have the best collection of all of this stuff, and that is by far the coolest thing of my little box. I like little boxes, and this is by far the cool. I wish this wasn't one of the things that was stolen with the rest of my stuff, but I love it.
Yeah, these are great. These are for wireless, to go out of a mixer into a satellite speaker. Or
are these better than the Sennheiser SWDs?
They're very I'm not going to sit here and have that debate.
I just didn't know because I wasn't.
They're very comparable.
Hold on. Let's go further back. We'll go further back before
that. For what you're going to, if you're 100 feet or less, I don't see why you would want to spend more.
Well, no, and Aaron is bringing this up for a specific reason because Sennheiser is a product that it lingers over the DJ world and not a lot of people know about it. It's heavily a Broadway theater type professional product. And there was a point of time when Newmark came out with their Stealth wireless and everything, and it had a lot of wires and all the different things. And then people were like, well, what's an alternative other than the Newmark Alto, the Alto piece? And there really wasn't much in the non-high-end pro, more in the DJ world. And Sennheiser was always one that people brought up, but no one ever really could like had it. And then So Sennheiser does make these products. It's their bread and butter. This is what they do. They make wireless microphones. They make body packs. They make transmitters. They don't make speakers and all these other things. So yes, if you buy a Sennheiser product, you're buying a product designed specifically in this radio frequency category. So is it better or worse? I'm not going to say that like what Justin was going to say, but you are buying a product that lives specifically in that world versus this product where there's 3 or 4 and it really spawned from wireless guitar products and in-ear monitor products. And then they were like, well, we have a platform, let's make these other ones. And it segued into XLR ones. I'm
going to tell you straight up, I had a guy bought the X5. The only person I had a problem with, hey, what's up, Scott? Only person I had a problem with them other than another guy who was trying to do multiple speakers. And we haven't had a chance to talk yet, but
is the X5 the Sennheiser model?
The X5, no, the Sennheiser makes something similar. It's called the XD kit. It's an XLR system. It's $100 more. It's $299 for the kit, right? The X5 is $199. So he bought the X5.
I thought you said X5. I was like, what's X5?
I probably did. So he bought the X5 using the Bose S1. Yeah, like that thing. Using the Bose S1, literally, I think he called me from the gig. Please don't do that, guys. Please. But had a problem, blah, 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 sent it back, bought this Sennheiser, did the same place the next weekend. Guess what? Had the same exact problem. So I don't know if it was a situational thing or whatever the case may be, but
line of sight is key with these kind of deals. I think if you're looking for trying to do like the remote speaker, I love the idea of these. I mean, as soon as it came out, I bought it right away. I was like, oh my God, seriously? I was like, this is amazing.
Well, jump back to what you just said, Aaron. Line of sight is a very big deal. And
with these,
you need to understand the intent of the manufacturer when they make it. Mackie makes a product called the Element Wave, which is a similar design, but it's not intended for live events in that same regards. It's designed for a live streamer that's going to have like 6 or 7 feet in between the recording source and their capture source. So figure out what the event you're trying to do and make sure that the brand specific is for that. Even though the connections might be relative to what you're trying to do, the intent of design might not be. So just make sure you're looking into that. So that's important too.
Boom. This goes back to what we talked about earlier about like the right gear for the right thing. Like,
right.
I messed up. I fucked up. I bought these things. I connected it to a microphone for a ceremony, the back of my S1, put a microphone about, 100 feet away. And it was like, it's like, what the heck's going on?
I always tell people, I go, it all depends on the situation. First of all, anything wireless, I guarantee you're going to get a glitch at some point. 100% chance that you're going to get a glitch. It's like buying a motorcycle.
Here's a wild thing,
It's like buying a motorcycle. You're going to get in an accident. It's 100% certainty.
If you ride, you slide, right?
Yeah. In wedding environments,
listen,
you got to remember that the video guys have wireless stuff too. Find out what frequency they're on.
We'll never use it again. That product is dead to me. Right? Yeah. A lot of us are the same way. I can't paint everybody the same way. But, so I want to say that. And I sell it for the right job. So, Jason, when you're doing a wedding and you're in, you need another speaker in a room right next to you, 50 feet away. Why am I going to sell a guy a $799 system when he needs?
I use that for
the $199 system will do the job great. So it's all situational and application based. Moving down the line, I want to just talk about one more product and then we'll let it go.
And I want Switch to talk about a product that he brought up before and we cut him off. He was talking about the Thumpco 8, and whatever you're about to talk about, I want you to talk about that too, because that is a cool product. That's really
the what?
The Mackie Thump Go. The Mackie Thump Go.
We'll talk about that.
No, but I want Switch to talk about it.
But I want to segue into the what's in your bag category.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're at home and you're watching still, if we haven't lost everybody yet, I feel like it's probably midnight at this point. If you have your DJ bag nearby, grab it. As is, we want to know what's in it. Pull it out. Tell us what you keep in your DJ bag.
Imodium AD.
By popular demand, everyone liked the gray, but they asked for black. So I got the bag, the DJ's Guru front seat gig bag coming in black.
I like the gray.
And I don't just have them made for us. I do use it. I love this bag. I got to tell you, it's a good bag. I'm going to be giving one away. So I have
That's my Daddario bag.
headphones, right? My purple ATH M50s. Graham crackers, because it's also my little girl daddy bag too sometimes. I got a PPE kit, never opened it.
Wait, what is that?
And then in the front, because you never know what's going to happen, I got toothbrush and toothpaste. I got
In case you go home with somebody.
I got
I'm single now.
antibacterial wipes. What else?
That was a condom.
Hold on. I got my brush. No, this is my daughter's.
This is like a sleepover bag.
Again,
What the fuck is this?
This is, well, it's what it's like. This is my daddy bag too, so it's a lifestyle bag as well. And I haven't DJed in a month. So anyway,
It's that pandemic.
Aaron,
life,
you got
man.
yours? Jeff, you got yours?
I got mine right here.
Let's see. What do we got? And if you're at home, let's hear what you have in your bags at home. up?
I mean,
What's up, Fox?
so
up,
I
Tom?
actually, funny enough, I just cleaned my bag out because I was trying to make space for this little battery-powered system I had put together. The whole idea was to throw it on my backpack. And I've got some tweaking to do. I'm going to make a video about this thing once I've had it kind of a chance to tweak it and like really perfect it. But right now, what I've got in the front is I've got some adapters, some business cards, and then this thing, which y'all probably recognize from another video that I did.
We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
Yeah, you know the.
Yeah, we did. We talked about that. That's a dope product.
Yeah.
This,
well,
listen.
I have it in. We just have not
This
enough time. Too many
this
products.
stand completely
But that was a
converted
game
me.
changer for the year.
Completely converted me to using laptop stands. I've never owned a laptop stand before I owned the Reloop Stand Hub. And the hub that's built into this thing is so dope. That was actually, not only do I love the stand, but it was also central to my battery powered system because I was running the laptop off a battery and then I had everything plugged into USB through the stand hub. So I had my hard drive, my controller, everything was powered off of USB. That was like really key to having a small portable system that I could play
a
on.
link in the comments if anyone wants to take a look
So,
at the Stand Hub, and Jeff did a
absolutely.
video on it.
Absolutely love my stand hub. In the main, my laptop's not, well, my laptop's on the desk back there, but I've got my needles. I've got some spare cables for my rain.
By the way, we need to do a show on needles, and I'll bring Lewis from Ortofon into it.
I would love to talk to Lewis from Ortofon.
I
Because
don't sell needles.
Lewis is my boy. We worked at
All right, you and Lewis put a show together.
No, come on.
And it'll be awesome.
Nice.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Let me know. I'll
And we
watch
need to
it.
talk about direct boxes because that's what everyone needs to have.
So now here's how you can tell what kind of DJ I am. I don't, like I said, I only own a pair of 12-inch speakers. I don't really own anything bigger than that because anything bigger than that, I'm going to outsource to a local sound company or something for most of the events I'm doing. But
Jason,
having a
Jason,
direct box.
tell them 12 inches is fine. It's fine. More than
Actually, I prefer. It's you say you have a
Aaron
12-inch
got
speaker
that.
like that's a bad thing. It's like that's what you need. Okay,
I
keep
love my 12s. I like they're the perfect size because they're not super huge and heavy,
going. I got the
but
joke.
also like I love my speakers. And then like I said, anything bigger than that, I outsource or I figure out something. Sometimes I got to rent, but most of the time it's just But having a direct box, something like
show
this
the connections.
that takes from a 1/4 inch. And by the way, that's input and output. It says right there, in and out, right? So this is a single channel direct box. They do make stereo direct boxes. This is not one of those. So just a single 1/4 inch in, and then what that does, it converts it to a low impedance XLR out, so I can go into a microphone channel on a pro soundboard. Now, most of the gigs that I'm playing, or that I was playing before last year, it was a combination of like large scale events at like convention centers and things like that, or I was playing hip hop shows where I was going to live venues and I was dealing with live sound technicians. And so having something like this in my bag, just to like plug my kit out through this and then into the house for my live hip hop sets was basically every sound guy's dream.
Dude, you're
Like,
totally hitting on me right now, by the way, with this. And now you
All right.
have a direct box in your bag. God
Well,
damn it.
the other thing
Listen.
is that direct box has a grounding on it too, which is
Oh.
right.
Right.
What I say?
No. Now we're
So
just
the,
talking about
yeah.
like deep
Where are your
DJ
hands?
orgasm stuff. So,
Oh.
yeah,
So-
grounding.
So
Okay.
the ground lift, if
Yeah,
you're
that
getting
camera, that's a great
if
camera.
you're getting a hum,
Hold on, let's give you a full screen here.
yeah,
let's-
if you're getting a hum on the line, all you do
Get
is
a hum on your 12-inch.
you just flip that switch, it lifts the ground,
Jesus.
and then no more hum. So
Yep.
and that's like, this is one of the cheapest direct boxes you can get. They get much nicer and much more elaborate than this.
Whirlwind's got some really wild ones out lately, man. Check out the Whirlwind stuff. I'm loving it.
I want to get something. I want to get something stereo because I want to kind of upgrade my direct box game a little bit. I've been carrying this thing around forever, but yeah, I will never not have a direct box from now on, because like I do so many gigs that involve working with a live sound technician in a venue with a live, like a proper live soundboard, or doing an event at a convention center or something where I'm dealing with like, you know, contracted sound techs that are like, you have to call on the radio to come down and
Dude, and
spend
if
15
you
minutes
bust out
just
a
to,
direct box, they're gonna love you. They're gonna be like, this guy
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
Well, I'll say this: wedding DJs,
every time.
wedding DJs, throw that in your bag too, because when you're doing a ceremony, acoustic guitar, keyboard, it's just a nice thing to have.
Absolutely.
Like you just said, that's something you should definitely have in your bag. It makes you look pro. It really does. It's like, oh, you know what you're doing. If you don't know what that is, like, look it up, learn what it does. But having one of those in your like backup bag, you just want to have one of those for sure.
Aaron, I'm going to let you go next, but only because I'm not going to do it. The reason why we're doing what's in your DJ bag is because I'm rebuilding a lot of stuff because I had to start from scratch recently. My one thing in the DJ bag that has been the best is basically it's just a 3-prong outlet adapter that you plug into the wall, and it tells you if the outlet is wired right. And that came to be when I'd done a couple tours in Dominican Republic, and their electricity is garbage. And I was doing New Year's Eve, and I plugged this little, shows you the ground, the positive, the negative, it's wired right. And it's like $8 from Home Depot. Sorry, Justin. And I keep that in my DJ bag, and I check every outlet because I could have potentially blown all of the gear that I brought down to DR on New Year's Eve. I plugged it in, and it had a bunch of error codes. I went over to the electrical engineer, and I said, this is wrong. And he's like, it'll be fine. I go, I don't care. Rewire it because the ground is wrong. The negative is wrong. So it's like just a little outlet you plug in, and it lights up red and yellow if the grounds and the positive or negative are right. That's the only thing in my DJ bag that's going to be different. And everyone should have that as well.
I would slap that dude. I would absolutely slap that dude. This is fine. Great. That's not your gear. That's my gear.
Well, he also was running a huge D&B rig, and I was like, it should be not fine for you because look what you're running here. But you're right. He didn't care because it wasn't his rig. He was just some $6 an hour guy. But I was like, listen, I flew all the way down here to do New Year's Eve. Yeah. If my controller burns out and my laptop burns out because your wiring is wrong, and in DR it's still, stop it. In DR, it's still 120. It's not like I was going
Jason,
to like a 220 or anything.
When you flew down there, were you doing a gig? Were you doing a luxury event? Were you doing a luxury event?
First of all,
he found his pictures.
Like, it took me an hour and a half to get
say
to
that, but you look like
minutes.
them.
Hey, real fast. I had one more thing I want to share.
Yeah.
No, hold on.
All right.
Aaron doesn't know. Sorry,
I've opened for more than just Hanson, so get it right.
Aaron doesn't know. You don't just open. Jason is the exclusive luxury event DJ for none other than the Hanson brothers.
Hey, listen, we're Eskimo brothers then, because one of my buddies that I grew up with, he was their accountant. So we're connected. We're Eskimo brothers. All right.
Yeah, Jeff, I apologize for cutting you off. And saying
no, I want
to
to see the last piece. I want to see
what
the
you got to
last
say, my friend.
You've been running that stupid Hanson joke for so long, and it's gonna bite you.
It's never gonna end.
One last thing I wanted to share. I have a bag that has some slots for records and for slip mats. My dogs are here again. So I have a bag that has some slots for records and slip mats. I carry 2 pairs of each, 2 pairs of slip mats, 2 pairs of control vinyl with me. At my gig, I've always got a backup set, and this my favorite pair of slip mats I have was actually a gift set It was a gift from there's an arcade here in Portland called Ground Control. That's one of the oldest and longest running arcades here in town. And it's like literally every local knows this place. They've been around forever. And the owner of Ground Control actually bought these as a gift because they were being sold at one of the retro gaming expos that I was performing at a couple of years ago. It's a Centipede. I've got a pair of matching Centipede slip mats. And it just says that and the game never ends.
Wow. By the way, gear or accessories with stories are the greatest pieces of gear. You could buy something anywhere, but if you have something that has a story tied to it, it's amazing.
So it's Centipede on the one side, and then just white on the other. If I want to rock some colored vinyl, then I just flip them over to the white side, and then the color pops on the deck. So
awesome!
I love these.
I love gear with stories.
Aaron, share something in your bag.
Okay. And by the way, this is
A
the
mustache
bag.
trimmer.
This is the bag I got, and I just reviewed this on my YouTube channel. I haven't plugged that all. Like, so if you guys want to see like gig
Aaron's
vlogs,
got a cool YouTube channel. Definitely check him out.
He's never watched any of my videos, but yeah. So check it out. It's I've got videos. I'll do gig logs.
How are
I'll
you gonna
do.
teach me?
Don't bother with YouTube, man. It's an absolute waste of time.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm fucking around.
Oh, okay.
I've got a YouTube channel too, so I'm messing with you.
Yeah. So I just reviewed this, and I think like I wonder if I could get this on camera so you guys can see. One of my favorite parts of this particular bag is that the bottom pouch holds all the cables.
What?
Look at that shit, guys. Look at that.
What?
Yeah,
Link
I gotta put
in the comments.
Justin, see if you can find my video. I just reviewed this. It was like one of my newest videos I just put out. But this right here, I got all my cables in that, and then it just
find it later, Aaron, and drop it in the comments for everybody. We'd love to share it. And anyone that comes on my shows, plug away. We always appreciate it.
Sorry, Jeff. I think now Aaron's hitting on me.
I know. This pocket here has like my microphone, those Sennheisers that I pulled out, and then the other thing is this pocket in the front has business cards. And like a lot of DJs talk about like, how do we stand out? How do we do something? I think if you can come up with a business card that when you hand it over to somebody, like, oh, I haven't seen anything like that, which is why I made mine square. So mine are squared always, every time I hand this out to people.
You know what's so funny, Aaron? That's kind of why we connected. And it's so funny you say that.
Look at that. Look, we're square,
I'm
guys.
like, he's thinking. I like the way this guy thinks,
It really sets you apart, guys. Like, try to find a way to stand out from everybody else that's out there. And then in the top pocket here, that's where I've got, my headphones, I have half-wave antennas in here, and then some extra XLR, and then just batteries. I just got batteries everywhere.
Wait, I want to see your battery holder.
Oh,
I got your card right here, brother.
Look at that
hold on
shit.
to everyone's cards, man.
Woo.
He's got my
you don't have a
card
cool battery holder? You got to have a battery holder.
I do. Wait, hang on. You're going to love this. Wait till I show you my battery holder.
Oh,
this
Jason,
is for the dads.
Jason, put your hands up in the air.
It's a Ziploc.
Jason, where are your hands?
Okay, I'm going to show you my battery holder. This is for all the dads out there.
Damn it, it's a Ziploc bag. I'm talking
about a Ziploc bag. It's a Ziploc bag. I called it. I knew it.
It's not a Ziploc bag.
Jason, that was a good dad life hack. What'd you say? And
wait a second, guys. Hey, hang on. The comments, comments, who knows specifically what kind of a bag this is? It is not just a Ziploc bag.
It's like a bag that came with a product you bought.
Like edibles.
No?
I'm talking to the dads
Pizza
out
bag?
there.
Is that a breast milk bag?
Yes.
No!
It is.
What is it? What is it?
It's a breast milk bag.
Stop it. Are you kidding me?
No.
A breast milk bag?
Listen, when I had my kids,
milk into it.
When we had kids,
I know what it
we
is.
had a
Clearly,
lot
I
of
know
these
what it
extra, and I just started popping batteries in them because look at that. It's perfect. It's perfect for it. So hey, look, I'm resourceful.
I mean, dude, it's a bag. I mean, a lot of bags could
I
be
can't believe I guessed that.
Nailed it. Look, it even has like
it makes him feel closer to his wife.
Yeah, you could write on it so
Yeah,
that you
the
can know the
dates.
expiration.
That's pretty
I
good.
got 2 kids. Come on.
Hey, that's a DJ hack.
That's a DJ hack.
Can
for
you
you guys out
imagine now DJs are going to be buying breast milk?
No, Johnny in the comments knew.
I love it. Milk pouch. What's
He
up,
did.
Mario?
Johnny knows.
By the way, the best thing
Mario
in your
likes
bag,
your bag.
is the bag.
Yo, by the way, Jason, what's up,
Yeah.
Jason? How are you? Jay Free's doing SantaCon. He's DJing. He wants to come in live, but
No, Jay Freeze passed the fuck
I think
out.
that's a horrible idea.
Playing
And
Spice Girls for
I'm
100
gonna
Santa.
say X to that. If I would have known, I
SantaCon in
would have
Rhode
brought him on.
Island. How
Have him
lit
do a
could
little
that
live
be?
set.
Jeez.
That
Mario
but
got
anyway.
it too. Mario figured it out. Milk pouch. He
What's
knew
up,
exactly-
Jeff? My man, DJ JP. Guys, thank you so much. So far, we're having a great,
This is
great
the hang we
talk here.
wanted.
You guys got a couple more minutes?
Yeah, sure.
I
Sure.
got all night, man.
All
Let's
right.
go.
I'm
I got
gonna
time.
go to I mean, I'm not rushing anybody. I don't want to get through it. All right, so
I'm
let's
on the,
talk
I'm on the
about-
West
my
Coast.
birthday.
I'm on a
I got
friggin'
this
West
one.
Coast, man. I got all night.
I'm gonna let you guys talk. I'll go grab another beer. It's cool.
You're not White Clawing
Let's
it right
talk
now?
about what the one question was I wanted you guys to have prepared, and maybe we can kind of share with the audience here, and everyone can kind of give a really great nugget of a learning moment of 2021. So last year, Jason and I
got a
talked
good one.
about the paradox of 2020, right? It was horrible, but you could really look at the silver lining and say, look at how much I've grown. Look at what I've been able to accomplish and learn and get myself ready for 2021. Now things open up and we fire hose to the face, like we said. Maybe we're doing different things. Maybe we're out of our element. Maybe we're doing micro weddings. Maybe we're doing, especially with the COVID situations, especially in the beginning when things were weird still and people were wearing masks and the requests and everything was different. One way or another, there had to be a situation where you had a great learning moment. So I'm going to go to Aaron first.
Okay.
Aaron.
Yeah.
What would you say, and give as much info as you can, share with the audience. What would you say was your biggest learning moment of 2021? Yeah, look right into the camera, man.
I'm gonna look right in there. I'm gonna talk to you people. I'm gonna talk to you
Yeah.
right here.
Come on,
Biggest-
real talk, brother.
Biggest learning moment of 2021, like from the aspect of a DJ, is look, I'd say this is flexibility. Look, people went through like you were just talking about, Justin, like all the adjustments in some weddings or events that we had to do this year that maybe people had to postpone and they weren't really getting, especially earlier this year. Maybe they didn't get the event that they wanted. You being flexible, go with the flow, as helpful as possible is the best thing that you can do for a couple or a venue or whoever you're working for. If they know like, hey, I'm showing up because I want to give you the best party possible. That's something that I learned. Like these people are spending a lot of money and they had to maybe cut back. They had to cut their guest list or whatever. Just go for it. Give it all you have. The other thing I learned was this. I did some weddings this year that I never did before. In Minnesota, I don't have a lot of opportunities to play more than gigs for white people, just to be honest. All right. So I had some opportunities to do some different styles of weddings. And the reason why they ended up working out was I did my homework. I reached out to other DJs that I met or I know that have done some Latin weddings or have done some Black weddings too. And I'm like, you know what? Hey, let me talk to you guys. Tell me what you're doing. How is it working? And then learning that way. And so, make friends out in the community, learn off each other and don't stop growing. I don't know. I'm a little bit drunk, so I'm just kind of saying whatever is coming up top of my head, but I think I got something out there maybe that's usable.
I'm going to tell you, you said you were DJing for 3 years.
Yeah.
If you never told me that, never would I have guessed that you're that new to the game. So congratulations to you for being awesome 3 years in.
Thanks, man. I appreciate. Well, you know what? That comes with being open. I think what Justin was saying earlier, being open-minded. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to get better. Everything I've ever put my mind to, it's like, I want to be the best at this. So how do I do that? And just, figure it out, but then learn and know when you make mistakes and grow from those as well. So I think those are key factors.
Yep. He's muted again.
Is he muted? Justin, I think are you muted?
I'm gonna make a product which is a cough
I went upstairs
switch.
real quick. I want to say hello to Derek Eisenreich, whom I know this name. I'm pretty sure he ordered from me, and we couldn't fulfill the order, unfortunately. But I apologize, Derek. Glad we all worked it out. But what's going on, Derek? Welcome. And Aaron, I think that was fantastic, Aaron. I think you did a great job.
I want to echo what Jay said. Actually,
Switch.
Aaron, Aaron, I wouldn't have believed that you were only in this game for 3 years, man. Because like, I've been doing this 23 years. I'm 37. I started when I was 14. I talked earlier about how like when I started out, it was amp racks and carrying passive speakers around everywhere because powered speakers weren't really a thing. Like, I've been doing this a long time, dude, and I know guys that have been doing it a lot longer than you that are less focused on servicing the client, that are less focused on being open-minded and learning and being open to
Bingo.
setting their ego aside, and doing what's right for the party and not necessarily what they have in their head as like being the rock star or whatever. Because like being a DJ, especially like being a rock star DJ or whatever, like there's so much more work that goes into like being able to successfully be able to run a room and being able to successfully run a party. And everything that you've said tonight just shows that like it is absolutely possible 3 years in to be open-minded and open to being willing to work with the client and being willing to work with a dance floor and just being there to make sure that everybody has a good time and not being so concerned about, you know, blowing yourself up and making yourself look good in the room. Because there's so many DJs that think that what we do is the gateway to rock stardom. And whoa, boy, are they wrong.
So Aaron, what industry did you come out of?
Well, tell me background. It'll kind of make sense. When I heard this, I'm like, all right, it makes sense. So it's not.
I came out of a.
You were a stripper. I know it.
All right, I told you somebody's getting naked tonight. Spinelli's always giving me shit about my hairy chest, so let me just give you guys a little shot of that. You know what's funny, dude? I came out of the church world, believe it or not. Like that was sort of like my background for a while, and then like even before that, I was
on the AV side of church.
Wait a minute, are you Jesus?
No, my hair's short. No,
He's
yes,
are you? Is there water underneath you?
Wait, did you come out of the audio market of
children that I've called you by name? Yes, I have turned now.
Oh wow!
Thy water into bourbon, into old fashions. No, I did. Yeah, that was my world for a while, and so before that, I was a musician.
You were a pastor, right?
I was. Yeah, I was for about 12, 13 years.
So this guy's used to being up in front of people telling stories.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense.
A presenter.
Right? And you were in theater too, right?
Yeah, theater.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I remember the theater part. Yeah.
It makes sense, right? So he had to learn the music, he had to learn the equipment. Everything else was just personality. He already had it.
Yeah.
Well, being in front of people, the MC part kind of came natural to me. I love being I'm a performer, so like, but also I know like when to shut the fuck up too. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people complain. I was having some dinner with some photographers and other people, and they're like, our DJ just never shut the fuck up the whole night long. And it's like, yeah, you need to know when, let the music do the thing, man, dude. Let the music do the thing. Like MC the night before. And then once the music starts, let that do. What was someone just said? Aaron was on Reno 911. Yeah, I got short shorts. I'm wearing my short shorts right now.
Listen, it beats being called Ross from Friends. So take it for what it is.
I'll take that. So, that was my background. But all those things like being a musician, being a drummer for my whole life since I was 10. I was a 10-year-old. I started playing the drums, and then but the church gave me that public speaking. So the two of those things together just kind of made sense as I became a DJ, and then understanding. Then I had to learn like, okay, how do you do this? How do I do this?
Awesome.
What's up, Danny? What's up, Danny D-Rock? We tried to have him on tonight. He was working.
Yo, Switch, you got to go next because my 2021 experience is going to be dark.
I'll go to you, but I don't know what this means. Aaron, you know what this means?
Yeah, he looks like Dangle from 911.
Looks like Lieutenant Dangle.
You really? Wait, you were for real, or like you look like a character?
No, I look like.
How do you not know Reno 911? Why are we friends?
I know the show. I just didn't watch it. So. Derek. Oh,
I'm
Derek,
featured.
you got
what's
a fan,
up?
man. This guy loves you. This guy loves you, Aaron.
Hey, Derek, what's up, Derek? I got you. Well, I'm featured right now. It's just me on the screen.
It's just you, bro. It's your
What do you guys want to talk about?
I love it.
It's my show.
Love it. Listen, I have one thing that I feel that I'm good at is identifying talent. So as you've seen in the past, I don't bring a lot of people on the show, and it's good. The circle is going to be much smaller moving forward, but you know, Aaron, after our conversation, you know, he's a good dude, and we're going to help each other out, I think, moving forward. And I definitely ask anyone out there to support him and what he's doing. He's got a lot of cool things to say, and he has a unique perspective.
Well, it's been fun, fellas. Thanks for having me.
Switch.
Yo.
Hey, listen, this is my show, and I'm giving it all to you guys. So
hey,
don't worry.
Recognize the assistant to the regional manager status.
No, you're the assistant regional manager.
Assistant too.
Jeff.
I'm getting that cup. I'm going to get that cup from you.
You're going second to last, Jason. So what is your learning experience of 2021 that you want to share with I think we have maybe 2 people watching at this point, and it's Jason's mom and Aaron's mom.
If my mom was watching right now,
hopefully not.
That would be awesome.
Hey, real quick, shout out to the folks who are still watching this, and I love that I talk about, you know, how long I've been doing this and like leaving the ego at the door, and I love seeing all that reinforcement in the chat. The old head DJs, the guys that have been around for a minute, know exactly what I'm talking about. You leave that ego at the door. You don't bother bringing it to work because it's not going to help you. It's only going to hurt. It's going to hurt everything that you're trying to do. So,
dude, we got to pass the torch, man. That's our responsibility. We have to pass the torch.
Yeah. I don't even understand what's happening right now.
That was a callback to Aaron saying he plays Dancing Queen.
I see. As far as 2021 goes, I think the biggest thing that I've learned, and I'm actually still learning, which is weird. Like 2021 for me is going to go right up to the end here. But I'm learning that you know, circumstance is not going to dictate the direction that my career goes going forward. You know, we all took a year off. Look, we took a year for COVID. 2020 was a fucking shit show. Everybody knows it. But 2020 also got me a little more serious about my YouTube channel. It got me on Twitch. I was never on Twitch before 2020, right? So in 2021, what I'm learning how to do.
You met me.
I met that guy. So what 2021 has done for me, not only is have I figured out how to evolve those things and incorporate those into the rest of what I was doing with my career before the pandemic. But I'm also starting to figure out little things like building out a backpack system that are going to help me generate leads, generate gigs, being able to like help me find a new audience as things are opening back up and as things are moving forward and we're getting into the sort of post-pandemic times. We're not there yet. At least here in Portland, like we're not quite there yet. Things aren't quite open back up. The regulations, the restrictions haven't quite lifted to where like I would like them to be in order for me to feel safe to go back to promoting events and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, like it's getting closer and closer all the time. More people are getting vaccinated. Things are starting to open back up, and I want to be ready for when they do. And 2021 has taught me, above all else, like I'm the only person that's going to keep me from being able to succeed, whether I'm stuck in a 10x10 box or if I'm actually out there getting gigs. Doesn't matter. It's all on me.
Jason.
I like, well, hold on. Just to go back to Switch, I like your niche gigs. Like when you were talking about like the Comic-Con, the Harry Potter stuff, like we're all nerds in our own regard. I'm a vintage audio nerd. You like that type of stuff. Like you found something that you like outside of DJing and you got to DJ in it. And I commend you for that. So like, that's awesome. Like, I'll throw it back real quick to like, there was a woman on the East Coast and she probably did bar mitzvahs. Her name was Randy Ray. And she was a good friend back in the day. And
I know Randy.
Everybody knows Randy. She was an influential person out here.
Everyone's bought systems from me at some point.
Right. And
I know Randy.
This woman did something that most of us would laugh at any point in her career, and she made a shit ton of money, and she made a lot of friends. She would DJ nursing homes. I'll take it.
He's
You
trying
open
to
for
do
Theo. I open for headliners. So anyway, so Randy Ray would do. We had conversations, and she's like, I do nursing homes during the week in the middle of the day.
Dope.
And she loved it. And it was very
That's so
fulfilling
dope.
to her as far as what she got to do and make these people feel a certain way. So it was like, you're in that same category. Like I watch these, things on TV where people are like, they do these jobs where they're so excited to do it. And I'm like, and I seek that a lot of the times. And I'm like, you get to DJ events that you would go to if you weren't a DJ. And that's amazing to hear that. So that I'm saluting you on that.
I'm about ready to leave the club game and just do events for little kids.
Oh my God. Ask any of the
I'm
people that know me
you,
really well. That's my, I'm
telling you,
that's
where the money's
at. The best.
That's where the money's at.
Is my
really
little kids. Yeah. I
think I'm going the same direction.
No. So like on the East Coast, like and I'm Italian. So like people that are Italian on the East Coast,
Longoboardo, that's Italian.
They do like, they'll throw like a baby shower. Like I mentioned before, like that costs like 30 grand because they're insane. But anyway, like
I plead the fifth.
Like I'll do parties where the adults throw the party for the child, but the party is for the adults, but then they expect you to entertain the kids. And I'll get 36-year-old kids and I'll come with a little tote of games. And at the end of the night, like people will literally be showering me with tips because they're like, you made my kid happy for 4 hours. And as a parent and seeing that like they can't even do that. Yeah. And like throughout the party, I'll even give the parent tips on like, this is something that you could do at home with your kid. And it's, to me, some people hate it, but you have to really enjoy kids in order to appreciate it. So I'm saying all this positive stuff to go into like the super negative stuff that I'm going to say with the 2021. But it has to be said. And what I'm telling you right now is,
I don't like negativity.
No, but it's not negative because
this is your learning moment.
Yes, and if you prepare properly,
go for it.
By the way, Switch. My mother has Christmas ornaments from every year that we were born, and mine was from 1980, and it's the exact same graphics as that cup. So I'm coming to Portland to get that cup from you. So hide it because that cup is amazing. So my learning thing of 2021, and not everybody on this channel knows me, and I'm always the like, who's this guy? Why is he important? But mine is I was robbed 3 weeks ago and my inventory got wiped the fuck out. So my learning moment is step your security up. I didn't have passwords on my laptops. I didn't have an alarm on my van. I got complacent and I got comfortable and I didn't do the precautions. We have expensive equipment. We have even more so now that people could resell our equipment for more than it was worth when we bought it. So it's something that we don't want to think about because I want to think that people are good and life is good and I want to be positive, but that's not reality. Step it up. Put an alarm on your van. Put cameras on your house. Take your gear out of your car. Don't leave your laptop on the front seat. Like, do all those things. Find My Mac and my iPhone, all of those things, because we leave parties with a sense of joy and excitement and love and compassion because we're doing weddings and all these things. And some fucker is going to ruin that because world is fucked up right now. And I'm sorry I'm cursing so much, but it's the truth. There are people out there that are desperate and everybody's a target. So step up your security game big time. That's what I'm going to end what you have to do in 2020. And I'm never going to be negative ever again on this podcast, but it's the truth because it happened to me and I don't want it to happen to anybody else ever.
Or move to the suburbs and you'll be cool.
I'm in the suburbs.
Shit, really?
Get in the suburbs, dude. I live in Trumbull, Connecticut. It doesn't get more white than where I live.
All right. I'm taking the screen here, guys, because I've had a lot of learning moments, but I'm going to just stick to one basic thing, and it really all comes down to time management. And what I had to learn how to do this year is you can't do everything you want to do at one time. You have to learn how to take off bites of whatever it is your goals are. You have to write your goals down. You have to be ambitious. I'm sometimes overly ambitious, and it overwhelmed me at a certain point, and I almost shut down for for a period because it was just too much, because everything I went through and everything I was trying to build. So you guys don't see me on Facebook as much. You don't see me engaging outwardly as much. It's because I'm doing other things and I'm just trying to put my time in the most efficient place. And on top of that, the other thing that I learned how to do was simply say no and not feel bad about it. And I think that for me was one of the biggest things that I've learned to do, and has gained me so much extra time and energy that I would have gotten stolen from me. People will steal your energy if you let them. They don't care, some people. Don't let them. If you don't want to do something, say no. It's okay. It's okay to say no. And I couldn't say no to people. And I learned to say no. I said, that's it. Not enough. No more. And I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest, most empowering things that I've done in my entire life. So really, time management, learning how to say no really played into that. But for me, that was the biggest learning moment for me, and has helped me with growth and getting to a totally different position today than I was a year ago when we were doing the first holiday hangout. So yeah,
it's a total difference from last year, man. Total difference. I'm gonna go back and watch the show from last year.
I had 19 guests on a live show. I mean, it was crazy. I watched that back and I was like, "Holy cow!"
That live set was pretty sick, though.
It was great, but it was like, I mean, you know how much money I made on it? -1,000.
Justin, do you understand that the phone conversation we have are like, I'm doing this thing, and I'm like, I'm in. What do you want to do? And like, it
just kept growing because I felt bad. I didn't want to say no.
No, this was
your idea. Say no, so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll have this guy on, I'll have that guy on. All right, I was running out of screenshots in this. Remember at the end we had everybody on.
So let me tell you something to gas you a little bit. So without mentioning the brand that I'm with now, because I'm trying to keep all that separate, but it's not like everyone doesn't know. The marketing department was Justin from the DJ Gurus was the one that put us onto Yardstream, and now that is like the platform that they use. Like.
I did that with Pioneer.
I'm sorry.
I did it with QSC.
Sorry, I was on the other one, but yeah, StreamYard. So they were like, yeah, like we were gonna do his show, and we were like, no, we're gonna do it this way, and then he was like, no, you're gonna do it this way, and now they do it the way that you showed them, and I was like, yeah, that's my boy.
Listen, I work hard. I try to learn things and I try to figure them out. And I lucked out because we were on that other one. It sucked asshole. And StreamYard is dope. And every month I'm getting an email like, oh yeah, you got this new feature. You got this. It's great. And I didn't use it for 3 months, but I kept paying the premium rate because I knew it was going to pay for itself. So yeah, anyone out there that does streaming and is not great with OBS and doesn't want to get too crazy, StreamYard is like the Apple of the streaming programs out there.
It's the one I use. I just streamed last night.
It's closed network. It's easy. It's like widget based. Yeah. See, I'm not really, I don't identify with being a nerd like you guys said you do. I don't know about you, Aaron, but Jesus, I mean, but
I'll take some. Anybody have any prayer requests?
Like I said,
chat?
I'm always doing 100 things at once. So like when I turn something on, it just has to work. I can't connect this to that. And then you got to get to that to do this. And then fucking adapt this to no.
I love that.
I went out and bought a brand new laptop. Got the with the M1 chip, all that shit. Finally, that's why we had a perfect stream. No more. I had all these cameras hooked up with capture cards and never worked right. I do it straight from my laptop, no problems.
Listen, my fireplace has been roaring the whole time. Like that's all you need to know. Like,
are you feeling toasty?
Spend the time where it makes the most sense, right? I wasted so much time trying to get the right angle for my live streams. And all I had to do was grow a mustache.
That's it. What's up?
Yeah, are you going to go full handlebar? Please tell me you're going full handlebar.
Or wear a hat.
I can't go full handlebar because the way that my beard is growing, it doesn't go all the way down to my chin. So then I just kind of look like I'm constantly.
No. I'm sorry. I'm talking about where it like curls.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna be that guy.
Come on.
No. Yo, so
No.
I want to put this out to the audience. So we just to thank you guys for sharing those great learning moments from 2021. I want to put this out to the audience. So what was your greatest learning moment? And again, thank you for everyone watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on the replay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Diwali. What did I forget? I learned about something in Barbados, or
You better
I
say
don't
it.
know. I was at a holiday light show and I saw something I never saw before. It was a special kind of Christmas down in like the islands. I forget. St. Lucia, maybe? Maybe it was St. Lucia. Anyway.
Get it right or you're canceled, bro.
We're letting him have the moment. Like, go, Justin, go.
Well, I kind of just lost my train of thought.
He's trying to go around the world.
Yes,
That's a
Merry Christmas,
Basta
Mike.
Norca Vida. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
See, there
okay.
we go. There's some engagement. Derek, thank you for
Wait,
sharing.
look,
Derek,
let's
Derek
end off
won.
on the best Christmas movie. What's your best Christmas movie?
Die Hard. Watch the fucking count numbers go up. Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
It's totally a Christmas movie.
And I'm going
by
to
the way.
tell you one thing.
Actually,
Never saw Die Hard in my life.
You're like the guy that
Actually,
never saw
I
Back
tried
to
to
the
watch
Future.
it the other night.
God
I turned
damn
it off in like 10 minutes.
Uh,
and it is a Christmas movie, by the
it
way.
was brought to my attention recently that Die Hard is actually a Harry Potter movie because he spends all night running away from Alan Rickman in a tower.
Alan Rick-
Who was Snape? Yeah, he was Snape.
I wasn't. in
Have
the
you guys
mood
ever
for it
seen The
last
Ref? That's one of my favorite.
Oh my God,
Christmas-
Dennis Leary is a hero of mine.
Yeah, and Kevin Spacey. That movie's hilarious. That's a great Christmas movie.
That's a New
That,
York guy.
that definitely pops up in the top 5 best Christmas movies.
Yo, guys, I have to pay some bills here, so to speak. So I want to take an opportunity to thank some very loyal brands to the DJ's Guru family and to me personally. People that either I sought out or we talked one way or another, but have helped me, have worked with me, have supported in some way or another. I just want to say thank you to these brands. And I really try to only align with brands that I have had experience with over the last 17 years of selling gear to God. I was thinking about this the other day. It's tens of thousands of people, but I'm getting close to 100,000 transactions, I'm sure. But I base it off of this. Is the customer happy? And does it come back? Right? That's like one of my biggest things. The stuff that comes back all the time, I don't want any part of it, right? So this is all the knowledge that I built up. Long story short, I want to align with brands like that, right? But I also want to align with innovative brands and brands that might be new and might offer something of value and something new to the audience. So I'm going to start with my boys at JMAS. I want to thank them. They don't pay me a dime. I don't want anybody to think that. They don't send me free stuff. I buy it. I don't pay the full price, but I buy it. Everything I review, I buy. But JMAS was a company that, and do you guys have any experience with it? I know Jason doesn't. Aaron?
I mean, I don't.
Switch, I know you have a little bit, right?
A little,
You're on
yeah.
the West Coast.
I don't personally have any experience with their stuff, but I have guys on my crew that swear by their lighting stuff, so they absolutely love JMAS.
It's definitely an up and coming brand, and for me, I've always sold American DJ, Chauve DJ. Still love those brands. Still am an authorized seller of those brands. I support them. I'm doing a review on the Frost Bar from ADJ coming in a couple of days. So I still love those brands, but it's so nice. You know, I was never crazy about Blizzard and some of these other lighting brands, and I will not support straight from China. They hit me up. I'm like, I guess I made it now because I'm starting to get those Chinese emails. You know what I'm talking about? They want you to sell their stuff.
You should see my LinkedIn.
It's great. It's crazy. It's great. But well, now they're not trying to get me to buy stuff. They're actually trying to get me to sell their stuff. So I thought that was cool. But I can't do that. There's got to be a couple people here that are being supported, right? So I thought JMAS was a really good hedge. And I'll tell you, man, the more I've sold it, the more people have been happy and the better I feel about it. And, you know, I just want to say thank you to them. Of
You know
course.
who the best brands are? Hold on. You know who the best brands are?
Who? What?
The ones that you can communicate with.
Best brands, yeah.
I don't care if it's garbage product. The ones that you can communicate with are the best brands. If you know somebody by their first name in their customer service, in their return warranty department, in their whatever, those are the best brands. The ones that you can communicate with, the ones that you don't have to dig around to find where they're located or where they, who works there. Those are the best brands. Those are the ones.
The ones that you have a relationship with, and that want to engage with you. Speaking of that, I mean, RCF. I mean, people swear by the guys and girls over there. I mean, and it's been the same team for a very long time, which always goes to show you that.
In Reggio Emilia, I've been to the factory in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, good people,
beautiful people.
Yeah, and they're always willing to help, and they've been slammed. I mean, they're having growth like I haven't seen before. So, congrats to them, and they just make a great product. And I'm glad they're finally getting the respect they deserve. ADJ, I want to say thank you to my friends over there. Thank you so much. Electro Voice. Aaron, you like Electro Voice. I love Electro Voice. I did a big push on the Electro Voice RE3 systems this year because I just felt
getting two of them
about them. And yeah, and I'll tell you, Spears talked about Sennheiser before, but I converted a lot of Sennheiser people. They spent less money. I've had many people just blown away, and they're like, I tell people, I'll sell you a QLXD. I have no problem selling that to you, but what are you doing with it? Well, I'm doing 150-person weddings. All right, how far are you going? I don't know, about 100 feet. Are you doing a concert? No. Are you recording? No. Why are you buying a $1,200 microphone?
Can we talk about that for 2 seconds real quick? Number one thing you should be doing with a microphone is you should be contacting the manufacturer, telling them the zip code that you live in, so they tell you the proper band that you should be buying in your zip code. Number one. Number two, look at the technology in that receiver transmitter. If you don't, because I'm shaking my whole table because I'm hyped right now. If there is stuff in that receiver transmitter that you don't need, like you're not connecting 16 wireless, like Aaron, you said you had shortwave antennas in there, and I'm like, God damn it, 3 years in and he's talking about shortwave antennas. I love this guy. If you don't need all that other stuff, you don't need a $2,600 microphone. You need a $500 microphone. Contact the manufacturer, tell them the zip code, find out your frequency band, and forget all the other junk that you don't need because you're not performing on Broadway. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
What it comes down to. Eric using ND76, and they have a 6M frequency that is national and global. It is a special set of frequency range that actually was set aside specifically for wireless devices. So they own a frequency range within called 6M. So that's what I try to sell because I don't have to worry about what you just said. Nothing is ever perfect. Again, if it's wireless, I talked to a guy. I had one guy who had a problem. He didn't even buy it from me. He said he has a problem. But it's in one place. It's only this one venue. So I said, it's not the mic. It's the venue. It's whatever's going on in the venue, So
let me just.
I'm all about selling people the right.
Let's switch. Go. Come on. Go.
Let me just add one more thing to what Jay was saying because I agree with everything that Jay is saying, but there's one more thing that I would add to anybody that's looking for a wireless microphone or looking to go wireless with their setup. And I learned this also in 2021. If you're doing a wedding at an airport in a concrete hangar, bring a really long XLR cable because you're going to need it. No, none of your wireless shit will work on any band in a concrete hangar at an airport. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
There's no shame in using a wired mic, to be honest with you. Use a wired mic. I use a wired mic for my ceremonies. You want to know why? Because it works every goddamn time.
Yep. It won't cut out on you. That's like the biggest nightmare is having a ceremony and having your microphone cut out.
Well, I mean, look, all the guys in my crew will tell you, I'm the tech nerd in my crew. Like, I am such a tech head. I'm the techie guy. I know this stuff. I know about frequencies and bandwidths and all the different, I know how to identify the UHF band on the old TV stations and the whole thing. I know this stuff. And yet.
Are you hitting on me again?
23 years in. Stop it. 23 years in. And I'm still trying to pull out a wireless mic at an airport.
So much Freudian shit going on with you, Jason.
And I go to plug the thing in. I go to sound check and Why isn't this damn thing working? Oh, right. Airport.
That's like the.
I mean,
worst place.
What? It had to be lead for you to think that could have been a problem.
No, it's just there's 7,500 radios that are all way bigger than the one I'm trying to use for my little mic. There's no way a wireless signal of any bandwidth is gonna work at an airport. They got that shit locked down.
That's why I always have. Speaking of EV, an MD7.6 handheld, right? With an XLR cable in there, just ready to go in my bag. I didn't get a chance to show this before. And then I actually use the X5 a lot because you can plug it into an XLR microphone input and then put the other end into a wired.
How does that transmit
microphone.
again? I forget.
That's
Is it on 2.4? Is it on 5G?
It's
What's it on
2.4, but
2.4.
like if you're right next to, so instead of having a cable connected you have a wireless system. And if you're just staying behind the booth, it's great. From $199, now you can turn $100 SM58 or MD7.6 into a wireless microphone.
That's awesome. I need that setup, man, because right now I'm using the free mic that came with my mic stand because it has a switch.
Wait, you got a mic with your mic stand?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Jeff, we gotta talk, man.
You bought that shit at Toys R Us?
All your gear nerd credentials right there, dude.
I'm not contributing enough to you, man. We gotta talk.
I just broke the whole damn stream. Yes.
$900 headphones.
All right.
Free mic with a mic stand.
I own better microphones, but none of them have a mute switch. And so the XLR, the backup XLR mic that I have in my bag that I didn't pull out earlier, but it's in there, in a beat up little fake leather pouch, is a free microphone that was like a pack in with this boom mic stand that I bought for $50 like 3 years ago.
Switch, you want to go OG? So I was doing a marathon thing a couple months back, and I was the DJ, and there was a live sound guy there, and we've worked together before. And he gives me the mic and everything else, and I have my controller set up into his soundboard. Yeah. And I'm talking into the mic, and he was like, "You got to turn the cable." And I'm like, "What?" This is how old school this guy was. There was a switch on the cable. It was on the connector for the XLR, and you rotate it. And I was like, dude. And I walked away. I was like, "Where did you get that?" He's like, "You can't get these anymore." I'm like, "That's old school shit." He had a switch on the mic cable, and I was blown away.
That's crazy. I've never seen that.
They don't make it anymore.
I've only heard of that shit. I've only heard rumors.
And I was like, I want that. Somebody bring that back.
That's crazy.
I don't know. That sounds like, I have one. I do have one of those. It sounds like more of a headache though. Like, yeah, I do. I actually, it might even be up here.
Yeah, but if you don't have a switch on the microphone, that's the best way. You just go on the cable.
That's true.
Like on the connector right below the base of the mic. So you just
right on the where it plugs in. There's a little toggle that you toggle.
All right, so I'm getting Switch's cup and I'm getting your mic cable. So I got some things to do.
Check your Facebook. Check your Facebook. I already sent you a link.
Awesome.
Put Mario's comment up there. That's kind of funny. Do you get a prize for staying on as long as
this is the longest stream we've ever done by far.
Mario Flo,
you gotta hook this guy
up. My wife just asked, "You get a prize for staying on so long?"
Look,
are you on your phone?
I'm not saying there's a reason.
You know what, Mario? Yes, you do, Mario. Yes, you do.
I'm not saying that there's a reason why we've been on here for so long. I'm just saying that they're I'm sure if we think about it, we put our heads together.
I just hope this guy hasn't been on the toilet for 2.5 hours. It's like, oh my God, when are these guys going to end this fucking stream?
We're not busy. What are we doing? Mario, yes, absolutely. Do me a favor. Send an email to info@thedjsguru.com. First and last name and your address and your t-shirt size.
Hey, you get a t-shirt, man.
Guru t-shirt.
Oh, Eric's still here. He's been here the whole time too. So is Derek.
Eric's got to go to work in like an hour.
Eric's Jason's boy.
Well, Eric's my DJ partner.
Eric was on our show before.
DJ.
He's just a loyal DJ, man. He's a salt of the earth kind of guy.
Well, he says he's waiting for a sticker though. Where's his sticker? Where's his fucking sticker? What's going on? Who didn't give him his sticker? Look at that.
Still waiting for a sticker.
What sticker?
He
got real quiet in here.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Eric, I'm going to air it out like this right now. So I'm also Eric's son's godfather. That's how close we are. At NAMM a couple years ago, Rain had a P-Touch where you could write your name and then it would come out and say, I'm a Rain DJ, and it put your name on it and had the Rain logo in it. And I walk by it and I go, oh shit. And I wrote, DJ Eric K is a Rain DJ, and I brought him this sticker. And Eric, where's that sticker? It's on something somewhere in one of your racks. So if you don't think stickers are important, DJs love stickers. The fact that he has a sticker that says his name and it's Rain on it is epic. And that was pre-in music Rain.
We have lovely stickers.
I want a sticker so I can put it on my mic. Eric, where's your Rain
people
sticker?
Really just want this though. Let's be honest.
Yo,
that's all people care about that.
No,
like that
I have the best RCF swag, and don't get me started.
Oh, that's a dope hat, dude. That's a dope.
It is. Why every company doesn't do a snapback is beyond me. Shout out to Justin Brock.
Send me
that was his idea.
Does DJ Screw have a snapback yet?
I think. I don't want to get him in trouble.
I need a DJ Screw snapback.
I'm not a hat guy, so it's not organic for me.
Yeah, I'll rock that.
I don't know. I'm weird like that, dude. I'm not in this for the money.
I'm such a crazy swag guy. I saw a guy on eBay.
You know, I
that was selling swag
from
a trade show, and I called him out. I was like, "Yo, you go to a trade show and you take the swag and you sell it on eBay." And I called him out on eBay. I was like, "You can't go to NAMM, collect all the swag, and then sell it on eBay." And I got into a fight with a guy in Messenger.
People can do whatever they want. They have free will. Leave it alone, bro. I'm looking up RCF hat right now on eBay. You can't get one. I'm going to put it up on my site.
Eric, I got the RCF TT track jacket. Techno Dad in the house. Where you been, man? Techno Dad.
What's up, buddy? He was on last year. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I couldn't have everybody on. All right, so we thanked Electro Voice, but I do love Chana. How you doing, Chana? Big Prime user, Aaron. He's a big Prime 4 guy. Did a great video for me.
I was using some of those. I was using some of those ZLX
awesome.
EV speakers, the ZLX series. Love them, absolutely love them. Those are the speakers that really turned me on to like the neodymium magnet speakers, like the lighter weight, but they still perform. The tuning is really nice. Like I borrowed a pair of ZLXs from a buddy of mine for a while before I ended up getting my own speakers that I carry now. But those ZLXs were legit. And I actually almost bought a pair. I almost bought a pair to replace the ones that I had to give back to the guy. Because I really liked them that much.
Yo, we're going to say thank you to Ape Labs Germany and Ape Labs Bourbon USA. Jason and I were lucky enough, fortunate to get to interview the owner.
Yo, he was the coolest guy ever.
Hour and a half with him. We're going to be, I'm going to get a chance to be meeting him very soon.
I got mine on right now, man.
I put on a little music mode on my coins, and this was such an organic thing for me. It was amazing because essentially they sent me sticks. And they sat for months until I live streamed. I decided to get in there and live stream. You know, I'm dealing with a lot of personal shit. I pop them up and I'm like, what the? And all of a sudden everything clicked, you know, and then I like something. I go for it, man. So I figured out USA distribution and, you know, and now I'm a big supporter of the brand and anyone that needs Ape Labs, please come talk to me. You have questions, I am here to support it, answer questions, and sell it. But it's just a fantastic brand. Aaron, what's been your experience with the Ape Labs? I know you have the Maxis, and do you have any other products?
I have the Kansas also. I bought the cans first because I thought those would kind of and it was my fault. You know, I thought they would do the job for uplighting, and cans are great for accenting, I would say, more so than uplighting. And then I took them to a smaller venue, did okay, but the bigger venue, they get washed out. But so that's why I upgraded to the Maxis, which I have on behind me. And I have about 12 of those. And if you're a mobile DJ, if you're a wedding DJ, they are probably the easiest upsell that you can have as a DJ. Just charge a little extra and say, hey, I can bring these things, set them up around your venue, turn them on. And the thing for me, because I'm single op and it's just me, I don't bring an assistant with me. So I want things to be simple and I want them to work. And that's what Steve Jobs, he ruined everything when he just made things work, right? I know who said they hate Apple? I am an Apple guy. I got all the shit.
Well,
I mean, everything.
You could
Labs is
appreciate
the
Steve Jobs and still hate Apple. That's
the
two
apple of
different
lighting.
things.
It really
That's
is.
true. They really are, because here's the deal. You charge them, which I'm taking them with me tomorrow to my wedding, and they charge, and you just move them around the room because they're wireless, and you use the remote and you set them to whatever you want. And whenever you go to the dance, you just click music mode. There's no DMX. There's nothing. They just work, and they're waterproof too. So if people spill beer or wine or bourbon on them, they're not going to get ruined.
Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, Kentucky. I'm telling you, it's the kind of thing, like, even with my photo booth, I bought a photo booth and I got a salsa booth because I just wanted to be able to set it up and walk away, because my main job is to be the DJ. But, Ape Labs have been the easiest upsell I've added, and I use them for my consultation. So here, I'll turn them off. And you guys can see the difference that they make right away.
I love your backdrop, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's just
I love
wallpaper?
all of it. Like,
yeah, it's wallpaper.
No, it doesn't matter.
I
Like,
bought
mine's like
bought
the
something
Home
just
Depot
like that,
wall.
but it looked like shit, and I was going to do wallpaper. It's so funny. I'm telling you, that's why I love this guy. I connect with this guy. I feel like he's like me in Minnesota with a mustache.
Yeah, this is the background I use for all my YouTube videos, but it's just it works. You know what I mean? But it looks, like you said, it looks pretty cool. So here's the uplight. You can change the colors. You can do whatever you want. I know we can do amber, guys. It does amber.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I
That
know.
lamp
I tried.
wait,
I tried
what's
to
in that
explain.
lamp?
I love that one.
What's that?
Because it doesn't have an amber LED.
Wait,
so.
the lamp is an Ape Lab light inside of it?
Oh no, the lamp is just a lamp.
Oh,
That's
the
just
lamp
a
is just a
regular
lamp. All right.
That's just
Jason,
a regular.
what are you
That's a light
drinking over
bulb.
there, James? What are you
I'm
drinking?
telling
Jameson?
you, I stepped my game up to the 100 proof bullet bourbon. So like, this is wild.
All
right
right,
now.
wow.
I'm having a good time.
Why
My
do coins make halos around everything?
I like the
all right,
halos.
A coin is a coin, by the way. Put it right here. This is a coin. A coin is just the top of a can. It's a can without a can and a battery.
No, but he's saying like, you see how like around the perimeter
I know what
it's
he's saying.
darker than the shadow in it. Like, but I like that
But
effect. I
they
think that looks
have
cool.
a frosted filter. If you look at the filter really close, it kind of has like for us, I don't know. There's little lines in here that create.
It's called the diffuser.
This kind of circular look. Now I like it, and it, like Aaron said before, for accent, like when you're using it in a certain way. I use it for booths. I use it for like take this and put it up on a ceiling.
Oh, see, but that's shooting at
Totally
it's not
different.
shooting
Right.
up,
This is
it's
just
shooting
straight
at.
on circular.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, a can usually goes like this, right? So that's the way it looks against a wall. Totally different. I go like this, and I use them kind of like in different ways.
I like
and then
that.
like I did an event where I used coins and a battery pack, and I put them on music mode, and I just put them and pointed them up to the ceiling. And that's all I needed.
Music mode is so dope.
Yeah,
You turn on music
so
mode, and
This
it's
is
like a
with the scuba
DMX
ball
show.
adapter, which I highly recommend. It makes this thing magnetic base. I mean, it makes it like unbelievable. So they also have a 4-degree basic lens that comes with it.
Hey, Justin, throw up Eric's comment. He's kind of said that 10 years ago, uplights.
Am I answering his questions?
No, he said that it generated a lot of money. Now, not so much. I think
in
that's
our
really
market,
interesting.
yes. That's
well,
the problem.
keep in mind, Aaron's in Minnesota. We're in New York, and a lot of venues have taken it away or brought their own. But I think, go ahead. What do you want to say, Aaron?
I was just curious about that because I added that this year as an upsell. I added 2 things this year. I added uplighting and I added a photo booth for it. And yes, you know what I do? There's a venue I play here very often. I'm on their preferred vendor list, and they have down lighting, right?
Yeah, it's built in.
It's built into this to the venue, but I'm still able to sell my uplighting because I can set those like around more like where I am, or I show them like, hey, my colors can be more I can change them throughout the night. But I guess that's curious. Like, is uplighting still generating?
Well, so hold on. I could speak on that because that's my market as well. And the thing is, the people that sell the rooms where we work, because they have a specific person that sells those rooms. Their job is to bring in a wedding client or a couple and show them the room, do a tasting, talk about all the things that are in the room. And they see what the DJs bring. And then they're like, well, we could bring that in too, because we could just go online and buy that same stuff and incorporate it in. So then when the DJs try to do it, they were like, it's typically the vendor or the venue gets those clients before the DJ does. So they kind of cut us off before it happens. And that stinks. I mean, I've actually been setting up at a venue where they were like, oh, and we could do this and we could provide cocktail music and we could do uplighting. And I'm like, I'm right here setting up. And you're like upselling a service that the DJ would normally get. So it's like New York it's cutthroat. So, I mean,
I think that happens in a lot of places, but at the end of the day, my rebuttal to that, and I've never had an issue, is yes, they do provide it, but they're going to give you a static color, and can their lights coordinate to our music? No.
Not.
Where I've
there it is.
So that's the answer. And if you're using Ape Labs, that already does that for you. So now you put your money where your mouth is, and they'll actually see the difference. So, and if you can showcase that in a video or something else where they give them a visual, and then they just see, because you know what. I sell to these places, so they want the cheapest thing possible. They're using the little light bright panels or whatever they have, you know, and it's not going to ever look good. So if you're good
here's the key. A carpenter never brags about his hammer. His hammer is a tool. So you have to go into these venues and you have to say, like, we could provide all these things and we could do all this stuff, and these are all add-ons. But at the end of the day, you should be charging for your skill. That's it. The gear is the second part of that. It's as important, but it's the second part. So go into those meetings and all that stuff and say, like, we could do that too. But you're hiring me because of me, not because I bring this or I bring this. Yeah. So that's the 100%. Goal.
But you are only, you know, in a world of a la carte pricing and cutthroat markets. Sometimes you are only worth so much. So you have to provide services and monetize them to be able to up that bill, you know? So I get what everyone's saying, and everyone has their own way of doing it. But yes, 100%, you want people to want you no matter what you're bringing.
That is the most important thing you've said, is they want you.
That's the big thing. And listen, you want to be fighting in a pool of less people, and you want people coming to you. That's everyone's dream, right? Is that the dream or not? We all want to be club DJs or event DJs or festival DJs playing to 50,000 people, and they're all paying $150 to come see you, right? You know, that's the dream at some point. But the best DJs and the ones that have the most longevity are the ones that are unique and understand that they're in the service industry. And they're working for a client. They're not working for themselves. It's not about you.
Listen, and your value comes before your event. You need to teach your clients something. You need to have them walk away from the experience with have learned something about the process of their party or their wedding or their whatever they're doing before it even happens. You have to show value in what you do weeks before the event even happens. And that's where the big money comes from. It doesn't come from you just playing the best remix or killing the easiest set. It's you have to walk into that event and all of that stuff was already done. You have to show value before the event too. Yeah. And Aaron, you're coming into this industry at that point where it's not about the growing pains of the school dances and the blowing up the speakers and everything else. You're coming in now at that business standpoint. So that is the thing that you need to focus on, because I already feel like you have everything else figured out. Like that's the goal, is to go in now and say, well, my competitor is going to say, well, I've been a DJ for 30 years and that guy's been a DJ for 3 years. But at the end of that phone call, the client is going to go,
doesn't matter.
Taught me something.
Doesn't matter. You could be a salesperson and make a huge sale on your first day. It's all about conviction.
Right. I'm actually kind of jealous of your position right now in a little bit.
Well, you also, you know, I mean, all due respect to Aaron, he came in with a skill set, right? That's what I said. He had a skill set 100%. To be successful. And he came into a time where there's more technology available to make the job, I don't want to say easy, but easier. It's easier.
I don't think I would have been a DJ if I
at the end of the day, it's
records.
easier. It's easier now. I never mixed on a controller before the Prime 4, and then I mixed on the Prime 4, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is so easy.
Oh, shit. That's because I'm on a
Dude,
DSLR.
that was me 6 months ago trying to use like a fucking 4K camera, and like that did happen. Remember, Jay? It used to happen all the time.
Oh yeah. Listen, I'll be that guy right now. So
Please.
we're 2 hours and 49 minutes.
We got to
in.
go soon.
We got
I gotta use the
11 minutes to
bathroom.
wrap it up. Switch. Where are you at right now?
No, good. Oh, great. Well, let's let him come on.
Where am I at? I got that much left.
It's
Did I say
2:30
hello
in the
to-
afternoon wherever you live right now.
And thanks to X5, I was able to become a dealer, and we've had a great relationship. So thank you to X5, the U3, the U4.
Derek, Aaron does care, by the way. Derek, that's a
he's
solid
back. All right,
comment
Aaron.
right there.
There he is.
I've been
Aaron,
charging
welcome back.
batteries in between because they only last about an hour and a half. I didn't know we were going fucking 30 hours, guys.
I didn't either.
Yo, we're pulling
you know,
records right now. It's
usually
records.
It's been fun.
yeah,
It's been fun.
usually I'm
It's been fun.
picking people up at 9:30, but I didn't.
Which got to feed the dogs.
Yeah. So anyway, let's say goodbye. Thank you for everyone that's still watching. I mean,
I think this is like our
it's
biggest
probably, the 5
viewpoint
people
right
are
now.
probably just one person and then the rest of us somehow. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for everyone watching back on the replay. If you've made it this far, God bless you. If you made it this far, call me. Go to djvankier.com right now. Get my number. Call me. I will give you a $100 gift card if just for calling me.
What?
Why not? It's got to be on
Shit,
an order
hang
over
on. Wait a
1,000,
minute.
but
Hold on.
$100 gift card. Just call me and just say
Woodford
that.
Reserve costs $48. I want that gift card.
Or orders over 1,000. I'll give you $100 if you're still watching and you heard this. But
Dude,
anyway,
the replay is
thank
going to
you,
be
Aaron.
fire on this.
Aaron, you got your mic muted. I'm not.
I'm good. I'm
Yo,
good.
Don't make
You
fun.
good?
I'm
You
sorry.
shrunk.
Thanks for having me on, guys. This was a lot of fun. I really, really
Thanks.
super enjoyed it. And thanks, Justin, and you guys. This was a blast. I drank a lot of fucking bourbon tonight, though. So I'm gonna probably pass out in a little bit, but this was a lot of fun to meet the
You did
community.
it right. You
Huh?
did it right, buddy. You didn't do anything that I would say you'd be embarrassed to watch back tomorrow. Don't worry.
And I want to follow the growth of that mustache for real. Like, I'm not making fun of you for real. I'll
Can
send you
you-
pictures of my.
Yeah, can you make an Instagram page just for your mustache?
Just to see. Is anybody,
At Aaron's
anybody giving a
mustache?
shit about that? I don't know if
I got
anybody.
oils.
I'm telling you right now, you're never gonna be able to shave that thing now.
I like it.
You
I
do like
kind of like.
Kenny-
Here's the
you
thing.
do
My
like
wife
Kenny
likes
G?
it too. That's the reason why it's still here. Like
My
I
wife
grew it
hated my
for
beard.
I grew it for Halloween because we were the Adams family. So I was the Adams guy, and he has a mustache. And then my wife was like,
What's his
she
name,
looked at me.
Horatio?
She's like, "Damn, I kind of like it." And so
Gomez Adams.
Yo,
yeah,
I said-
Gomez. Yeah,
I made a
Gomez.
post on my personal account. I said, all right, I'll live with the mustache coming back, but the fucking male perm better not come back. I don't know if you guys are even old enough to know about the male perm.
I do. Don't hate it. It could.
Dude,
could
it
come
better
back.
not. It better
Justin.
not.
Whoa.
What the fuck, Jason? Is that
You've
gray?
been hiding a mane under that
Is
hat,
that all
dude.
gray now?
Dude.
Oh, wow.
Fire.
Silver
All right,
fox in the
Jeff,
house.
any final parting thoughts for anybody?
He's on
Yeah.
phone. He's making money. He's making
No.
deals.
I'm saying pick up your phone because I want that gift card.
Spend it Spend it on
Why
whatever
not?
you want.
I
don't
can't get
care,
through right
but
now
if
'cause you
gotta
won't
wait,
pick up the
gotta wait.
phone.
If it's in stock, great. You know, I
He
have
didn't give
a
you
lot
the
of
real
stock.
number. He only gave you like the other number.
I forgot who my audience is. They take advantage of everything free.
I'm gonna go on record right now and say this. This is the
honor it,
best.
man.
This is
I
the best
respect it.
hang we've had by far.
Okay,
This is
now
the
you're
best
hitting
hang
on
we've
me. Stop it.
Oh, he gave you.
No, but
He gave you blue
seriously,
steel.
Eric, Mario.
I didn't say. I was like,
Derek.
yo, switch. I was gonna say pull records. We're gonna pull records next one because I see
Yeah,
the
but that
records
was
in the
when we had
background. We're gonna
Rhiannon.
pull
That's when we
records.
had Rhiannon
Oh.
Rose. What's up, Rhiannon?
Pull
She always
records.
has that record behind
My
her.
dude,
And
you
I
don't.
do have my record. I'll pull
don't
a
even
record
wanna
since
know.
I have them right
I'm
here.
gonna pull one. I'm gonna pull one. Just one. Hold
I'm
on.
gonna pull one.
I
Perpetuous
gotta take my
Streamer,
buds
The
out.
Sound of Goodbye on Nervous Records.
Oh my
the
God.
Robbie Rivera remixes.
This is the stream that will never end.
No.
We were so close.
No, this guy got up. Oh shit!
now we're record
This
flexing.
is the stream that never ends.
Aaron, you got a record flex if you're gonna have one.
He
All
doesn't
right,
know.
I'll
He's got
record
one of
flex
those.
right now.
What the fuck is that?
All right,
That's such a good song.
Okay.
No,
Hey,
it's
well,
not
I love
a
this
song.
also
It's a
orchestra.
medley on a record.
Where'd
It's
he go? Where'd
disco
he go?
Christmas.
I see
as a
records behind
mix.
Jeff.
Look at that.
Michael Jackson. That's Thriller right there.
Oh, he pulled
Was
it
that
out.
Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Come
you
on,
saw
switch.
it.
Switch.
Let's
Pull a
go.
record.
Boom.
Pull a record. Switch. Come on.
That's Thriller. Yeah.
Yeah, a little Thriller.
I got
Wow.
something for you. I got something for you.
Pull a record. Come on.
All right. That's it.
Always pulling out tape.
Tape. What you got? A cassette?
Okay, so let's talk about this for a second.
Wow.
Y'all don't know what this is. Y'all don't know what
Cassette.
this is, but you need to know what this is.
Is there
You got tape
joints
over the top?
in there? Is that Jam Master Jane? Oh no, all right.
No, this is a real tape. This is a real tape that I bought this year.
Oof.
This is a real
Mixtape,
tape
man.
that I bought this year from a group called the Proto Men, who happens to be my favorite band of all time.
They released a tape like they did that. They released a
They
tape.
did that. They did that. So this cassette tape is actually so
Let's go.
the music on here. The music on here is not the Proto Men, like it's the Proto Men's music, but it's actually performed by this remix artist called Makeup and Vanity Set, and they do like chip remixes and what they call chip tune, which is where you hack old like NES consoles and Game Boy consoles and use
love
those
your
for,
nerdness,
like
by
to
the way.
create synthesizers that you then use to produce music, right? So it all sounds like video game music, but it's original stuff. Or in this case, it's remixes of Proto Men music, specifically a remix of the Proto Men's first album. Now, the Proto Men are a band that is named after Mega Man's brother.
Mega Man. All right.
This Mega Man, like the video game,
Yeah.
their whole shtick is that they are a rock opera based on Mega Man.
God damn it! You're next level.
So,
Yeah.
Act One,
Jay,
Act One, which
Yeah,
is
tell
which
him-
is what this tape is based off of, is like Mega Man fighting Dr. Wily's army and then meeting his match and then finding out that it's actually his brother Proto Man, who they thought was dead. So there's a whole album basically just dedicated to that. My favorite album ever.
All right, Justin, come on, cut it off. He's deep in the rabbit hole right now.
My favorite album
party,
ever
man.
is the follow-up to this tape, which is sitting over there on the floor, because I keep it separately because it's completely signed by the band. The follow-up is called Act 2, and it's a prequel album where we find out about the relationship between Dr. Wily, the bad guy from Mega Man, and Dr. Light, who created Mega Man to
I
fight
need
Dr.
bourbon
Wily.
now. Jeff, what that was like? That
It's-
was like
it's an
my,
opera.
My daughter talking to me about Mermaid High.
No.
Do you
That's
have
what
a
it
tape
was like.
player
It's
to
an
play
opera.
it? Do you have a tape player?
It's an opera.
Rainbow High. I don't know the difference, but there's two of them.
Do you have
And
a
I
tape player
I
to
spent a
play
lot
it?
of money on them.
Yeah. Do you have a cassette player?
No, I don't.
All right. So send it to me because, Jeff, in that rack right there, I have a dual cassette player and I do all analog to digital conversion. So send it to me and I'll.
No,
convert it
I
for
don't.
you.
I mean, I have the digital. That's not the point. I've
right,
been
so you got
shopping.
it, you
I've been
got it.
shopping. I'm trying to find a good tape deck, but I want to find a
Far
good
side,
tape deck
far
for a
side.
good
All right, I'm
price.
listening. Okay.
Wait, is it coming back? I mean, are they doing something?
So a lot of people are a lot of independent bands are starting to create
Yep.
alternative media as another merch option for their audiences. And so some bands are producing cassette tapes. There are fucking bands that are making their shit on mini disc in 2021.
Mini disc.
I
Oh my
almost
God.
bought the Denon mini disc dual player.
Yes.
I almost
Mini
bought
disc.
it because I wanted to have it.
Guys, you're
If
losing me. mean,
If I had a mini disc here, I would have pulled it out and I
We're
would
talking
have
about
flashed it at her.
99,
Can we talk
2000
about something? I
technology.
want to talk about
So-
one of
talking
those
about 88
underrated
One more-
hip-
earlier.
Hang on,
One
one more
of those-
thing. One more thing. Okay,
what is
so
it?
you see
Zelda
the records
now?
right here?
Zelda?
Do you see the
Justin,
records right
quiet.
here?
Yes, I see him.
Okay, these records right here, there's about 6 copies of this, all different variants that were released this year
God damn it.
on that
So-
shelf.
He
Like what?
out-nerds
What-
me.
what else?
Next
God
level.
Damn it.
Mini disc and what else?
Can we talk, Jason?
I'm
I
like
mean,
looking around for some other nerd
Vinyl,
shit, and I
cassette,
can't.
mini disc. I mean, they're doing all kinds of shit.
Hey,
Nobody's
I
doing
thought-
8-track.
Tony Hawk
The only
skateboard,
thing I
but-
haven't seen is 8-track. That's the one thing I haven't seen is 8-track, and I really wish it would come back because Fucking 8-track was a great format. I don't know why it died.
I thought about that as a wedding fair handout instead of handing out business cards, going to like a record shop and buying a whole bunch of like dollar cassettes and filling in the liners and hanging those out. Like that'd be a pretty dope kind of handout, right? Give everybody a cassette tape as they walked out. Right?
Except nobody could listen to it.
Well, that's not the
Because
point.
who has a cassette player anymore?
Yeah, exactly. Nope. Well, I mean, one of us does. But it was like one of those things. I'm like, oh, this will kind of set me apart. People will be like, oh my god, this guy handed me like a tape. That's kind of cool.
I want to do white label mixtapes again. I don't have a dual deck to do.
Yo, you know what I got? I got fucking Sonic the Hedgehog white label. Fucking
Get out of here.
Justin,
By the way,
we're about
I
to
was
hit
gonna wear
3
a shirt
hours
tonight.
oh, what he's got it? He's got it.
Fuck out of here. Come on.
I love him.
Oh my god. Hold on.
How many times you see Ghostbusters?
No, I got a good one. Hold on.
The new one, I've only seen it once.
How many times you see Ghostbusters?
I've only seen the new one once.
I thought you saw it more than once.
The new one that just came out last month,
one.
I've only seen it once because I
no.
did an event.
Oh no, we're getting
Switch, you
called
got
out in
this?
this comments.
You got
guys.
this?
We're getting called out.
I don't have Turtle Power.
I
don't have Partners in Crime.
I don't subscribe.
And how close? It was arm's reach away.
This is not.
Yeah.
No,
I don't have Partners in Crime.
I respect anyone who has hobbies and has things that they. I just
You
don't
want it? I'll trade you
I
for
don't
the cup.
understand it. I don't really want to understand it. But
I'll trade you for the cup.
It's not my cup. You got to talk to the wife,
Justin,
man. Sorry.
is anybody seriously still watching this? Is
No, I don't
anybody
care. I
still
don't
watching-
care.
Somehow we're getting more people. It's crazy.
Oh no.
They're probably jumping on and jumping off real fast. But all right, let's say goodbye
Getting
now.
more people.
I'm trying to play cool music, and you guys are talking about Zelda and turtles.
No, but the reason why most of us are DJs is because it's geek shit.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ because I love.
There you go.
You got
I love
Richard
fucking
Cheese
music.
on vinyl?
Yep.
I love music.
Flip it around. I want to see the track listing.
All right, let's take this offline, guys.
No,
I
no,
feel like I'm at work right now on a Zoom call.
Listen.
Anyway, so, gentlemen, I want to say thank you to Jason and Jeff specifically for killing my show. We just lost every viewer for the rest of my life. So thank you for that. No, I'm kidding.
Are we off now?
Thank
Are
you
we
guys
still
so
live
much.
or no?
I love your character. I love the eclectic mix that we have together. We had tonight, and let me get off this stupid view. It's not about me, but no, seriously. Thank you to Jason. Thank you to Jeff. Thank you to Aaron. You guys were great. I mean, yeah, never did a show this long before. Had some good times. Check us out at thedjsguru.com. DJEventgear.com. Check out Zip DJ. Link in the comments. Check out Aaron on YouTube at Aaron Strong. Check out DJ Switch on YouTube. He does some crazy shit on YouTube. Check out Jason.
I gotta start pulling shit. I got
the
shit over
scene.
here. I can't pull it because I'm being. If you got it on arm's reach, it's arm's reach. Justin, you know what arm's reach is? Means he goes, I got it right here, and then pulls it into screen. God damn it.
All right, guys.
do your
So
thing.
it
I
was
gotta
really
walk
nice
away.
to have you on. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Really appreciate all your time. And we will see you. Happy holidays to everyone. Cheers. Prost to everybody. Yeah, I'm going to finish my beer right now. Let's do it. Cheers, gentlemen. Ladies watching. There's definitely no girls watching. they turned off a long time ago. The
Happy
DJ
holidays,
demo,
fellas.
and we
You
need
guys
to-
are awesome,
we-
by the way.
we
I
need
love
more
this.
women
This
out
was
there
like,
to be
I really
DJs.
needed this right now.
The DJ demo is 90% male.
Streamathon.
Every single analytic I've seen for 18 years tells me that.
It's
It's been as low as 88%.
me too.
It's a male-dominated industry. So women, come join
Listen,
us. We
Some
want
of
you
the
involved.
women DJs I've seen will.
It doesn't matter
kill
what
us.
gender you are. You're a DJ. That's it. Shouldn't matter.
This
Right?
jockey.
But there is a discrepancy.
Boys.
That said, I'm
Boys
going
and
to
girls.
watch the rest of the Queen's Gambit. There was a huge discrepancy in chess until I don't know if this is a true story or not, but it's a good show.
Oh, that was a true story. I watched it. I think.
Good show. All right,
Are we
everyone.
peacing out right
Streamathon,
now?
Yeah.
You see how close we get to ending the show, and then we start talking about something else.
Are we all codependents? I want to fucking go. I gotta check
Go!
on my lighting.
Just
I gotta check on my
let
lighting
me,
guy.
Aaron, and Switch stay on. We got shit to talk about. I could pan cameras. We could do stuff. Let's go. He's pulling stuff in arm's length. If he has something in arm's length and he goes, look at this, I don't know. I have a problem with that.
What's this?
Oh, that's 3 Spice Girls, not 4 Spice Girls.
Nah, man, that's Josie and the Pussycats.
That's
can you
Josie
pull
and the
out something
Pussycats? Not even
fucking
3
that
Spice
someone's
Girls?
heard of before? I mean, we've heard of the Spice Girls. Hold on.
This movie was amazing, especially if you work in the music
Dude,
industry.
this
Come
is
on.
another.
All right. God damn it. Now I'm going to flex.
This song lights
old
up
school.
the fucking dance floor. You ready?
Hold on. Let me flex a little.
Busta.
All right, Switch. I gotta flex. I can't let you go like that. So this is a signed copy of Masters at Work with Todd Terry, Little Louis Vega, and Kenny Dope. Todd Terry, Little Louis Vega, and Kenny Dope.
All right.
Signed vinyl,
Okay.
in person, flex.
All right.
Don't show me Josie and the Pussycats.
Give me a second.
Yo, it's very dysfunctional right now. Yeah,
It is.
Jeff
This is
just
what,
left.
but this is what people want. This is what our viewers want.
They
Is
want
it?
4.
Is
I
it?
have no idea, Aaron. I have
Is
no idea.
anybody
I
still
let this
here?
go
idea.
too long. I did,
have
but
no
it's
idea.
okay. No, it's okay. I hope we had fun, Jason.
We
You had
did.
fun. We haven't done this in a while. Aaron, you have fun?
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is what
Fun.
happens when you're drinking bourbon for 3 hours. Like this
Oh,
is the
you get
progression.
back? How did you even get in without me letting you in?
Wait.
What the fuck?
How
Oh
dare
my
you just
God.
hang up on us like that?
He got Weird Al.
Whoa.
Holy
Wait, so
shit.
what's the title banger on that?
Whoa, it's signed. It's
Oh.
signed.
Song?
All right, so where did you meet him?
Rose City Comic Con 2019. It was a surprise from my wife, and I completely
Oh my
put
god!
I completely put my foot in my mouth. I was such a
I'm in
jackass.
panic mode.
Wait,
Well done.
shush, Justin.
I was such a jackass when I met him, dude. I
love the
absolutely
music.
wish I could go back and do it over again because I felt like such an idiot. But like
We've all
that
had
shit
that. Oh, you
happens
got
when
a
you meet
flame.
your heroes, man.
Yeah,
When
don't
you
meet
meet your
hero.
fucking heroes, you go completely fucking mush brain and you can't talk.
Yo, Aaron, you want to see the best product that Bo's ever made?
Yes.
Yo, switch. We're gonna go into. I'm gonna send you a link. We're gonna go.
Oh man. Oh, ouch. Listen, they're not gonna let you sell their shit now. You-
All right, look. All right, look,
I don't
look.
care.
All right,
All right,
look.
They
The
know
Wave-
I love them. Except
listen,
they don't need me to
listen,
sell their brand. Believe me.
Listen, the Wave Radio had magical room filling sound.
Yeah, it did. It didn't. It's fucking bullshit. Okay, it was bullshit. That fucking commercial. That's why I'm still mad at Bose. That commercial, I believed it. They had those waves going all around the room. You remember that commercial? And I had a rich aunt or someone.
God, they sold a lot of those. They sold a lot of those.
That was my
They all
first
sound like
review.
garbage. Yeah, no, they all
I'm
sound
gonna
like
shut you
garbage.
all down right
And
now.
Agnes,
Hold on,
it's-
hold on. I'm gonna shut you all down right now.
Okay.
Bose made DSP common to the regular person. That's the reality of it.
Oh, Jason.
They took DS.
Justin
I'm
just
not.
left.
I'm not
Oh, Jason.
hyping them up. I'm saying they took DSP
I don't.
and presented it to
Yo.
the regular person by
I want that
saying,
speaker.
Here's a speaker that's this big, and we're gonna make it sound this.
I want that
big.
speaker.
Not ending.
Dude, has anybody else been
You
able to
might know
do
the
their
Mackey's
180 degree dispersion? Has
Jason.
anybody else? No.
What? I don't
I'm
even.
gonna let you talk about it.
I want that speaker.
I
Put
want.
up a
I want Switch
poll.
to talk about it.
I want that
Right,
speaker.
right. Let me
Talk
show
about it.
everybody. You can't really see the green, right? But I put up a poll that showed the green like that. Do you like the green? It was literally 1/3 of people didn't liked it, and 2/3 of people didn't like it. But
I don't. I got
don't like it
Sharpies.
either.
I got Sharpies. I don't care. I want.
Switch,
I
talk
want,
about the. Talk
I
about
want
the-
that
talk
speaker.
about it. Talk about.
Depends
it.
on the
Talk about it.
situation it's in, I guess. You know.
I want
about
that speaker for two reasons. One, because I've been talking about this battery powered system that I'm trying to put together that I want to do a video about. Because I think DJs keep building out these little battery powered systems for wedding ceremonies, which is
ahead.
such a narrow minded, tiny idea of what battery powered DJ equipment could be used for. I don't want battery powered gear for a wedding ceremony. I want battery powered gear so I can walk into any fucking coffee shop or comic shop or set up on any street corner and hand out business cards. That's what I want battery powered gear for. And I cannot believe nobody's talking about that shit. It's driving me crazy. And I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. And I swear to God, Aaron, if I find out that you made a YouTube video before me.
They got a guy in Huntington where I go hang out. He's like the 75-year-old guy. He brings us like a PA system, like a carrier, and he sings, and he gets like dollar tips, and they call him like the crazy singing guy.
But for real, specifically, I want that speaker, that Mackie Thump Go, for 2 reasons. 1, it's only $400, and 2, it's got a higher SPL than that $675 Bose.
It's $600. Well, yeah. It's,
at first glance, at
$650 or whatever
in the house.
I'm a double Dutch in a second. I'm a double Dutch in a second. Like,
compared to the Eon 1 compact, which
what about the JBL Eon Mark II? Did you see that? Listen,
JBL is in the same category as Bose.
That speaker can also do 2 speakers on the same Bluetooth frequency.
So check this out. The Mackie has the pairing and shit too. But check this out.
I'm not panic mode.
That Mackie,
I would have shut it down a long time ago. Believe me.
So
I thought you shut it down. I thought we were just talking to each other right now.
So that Mackie Thump Go,
we pretty much are.
That Mackie Thump Go, that $275 controller, and a laptop. You're building out a battery powered system for less than $1,000. You go out, set up, you start handing out business cards. You're just pulling in $1,000 gig, $1,000 gig, $1,000 gig, $1,000 gig
all day long.
All day long.
All day long.
And all you need is a $400 speaker and a battery.
What's the battery life on the Thump? How long does it last? 6 hours?
8 hours?
Enough to get through a gig. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, it's rated for like 5.5 to 6 hours at max volume. But if you're playing max volume in a coffee shop, you're a dumbass.
You're right.
Right. People are trying to drink coffee.
I can't imagine. I don't know where you live in a different area. Where I live, there coffee shops are called Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, and I could not imagine walking in and playing a set with my Mackie Thump Go.
Have you never been to Seattle before?
Starbucks was started here in Seattle, like 3 hours north of me.
Where it all comes from.
Starbucks comes from. I know where he is. It's probably a big deal.
Listen,
where I am,
you'll find Eddie Vedder doing an acoustic set in a Starbucks somewhere.
Actually, that's true. He'll do that sometimes. He's crazy like that.
I'm not lying about that. Like,
that dude's crazy.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Again, it's all regional. So, like, I get what he's
yes,
saying.
But you also have to remember a manufacturer has
like,
to do a regional.
That's like Union Square in Manhattan, bro.
Listen, I'm saying coffee shop. I could just as easily be saying subway station. I could just as easily be saying
if Mackie were to say like
why not a subway
the
restaurant?
Drummer in the subway, it would get as much response as the coffee shop acoustic guy.
Go set up in a Subway restaurant and eat fresh as long as the
I'm not talking about a Subway restaurant. I'm talking about a Subway where trains go underground in New York City.
Justin's bullshitting about a restaurant. I'm saying it doesn't matter where you set up because it's battery powered. You don't need power anywhere. You can set up wherever you want. All you need is the space of like a card table, and you're good. And you can DJ anywhere and hand out business cards. You're your own walking business card.
Justin, how do they do that price point? How are they saying that this is only? What's the price point? It's like 400. Is it 400 or 300?
$400.
It's
$399.
So it's 200.
I'm going to be doing a comparison video, and there's some things that doesn't have. The mixer is not as robust.
You should find the guy that works at Mackie to ask all those questions.
Now hold up. Justin's right though, because the mixer is not quite as nice as the Bose or the JBL. But for a DJ that needs to go out and do like a budget setup for a battery powered system, like the mixer stuff isn't going to matter as much. Now, if you're trying to do karaoke, if you're trying to sing, if you're trying to busk and perform, then having a little bit of reverb, having a little bit better mixer power, like on the JBL Eon Compact that DJ Event Gear also sells.
JBL is nice.
The JBL is a nice little speaker, but it's also what, 600?
Real quick, Aaron, if you got to go. If anyone's got to go, just go. Jason, I'm going to give you your opportunity, man. So please say what you got to say.
To leave?
Bet the Thump Go when Jeff's done.
All right. After this,
I feel like Jeff's got it covered, man.
So I want that speaker is what I'm saying. I want that speaker. Because I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of plans.
I'm mad that I don't have
that
one.
speaker.
Because you know what I have? I have an American DJ APX12 Go BT, and I loved it. It's too big. The wheels suck. The microphone sucks. The handle sucks. It sounds fine, Everything
Wait,
else is okay.
wait.
It's
But I
250.
want that.
Hold up. You
This
mean
is
the
pretty
free
solid, man. I gotta
the
tell you.
free pack-in microphone isn't as great as you expected it to be?
No, but that's not why I bought it. That's not why I bought it. You know why I bought it? Because I got kids and we did birthday parades during the pandemic where I opened up the
Which
hatch
is
of my
amazing.
wife's truck and we drove through
Yeah.
neighborhoods and we played happy birthday songs.
Which is
and
amazing.
that's why I bought that speaker.
Yeah, it's
APX12 is great for what it is, man. I mean, like,
But
stop.
it got
People
stolen.
compare, the more expensive stuff to the cheaper stuff. It's not really fair. You buy that for a specific function.
but I also know Mackie, and I know that the Mackie's gonna sound better than that ADJ.
By a mile.
I'm sure
By a
of it.
mile.
What's up, Lou? I'm going to be doing a comparison video. I'm going to be doing a rundown on the Thump Go. I have
Fired
so
up
much
right
stuff
now.
on the table
Fired
over
up.
there.
Where are we going? What are we talking
It's been
about?
busy,
Let's go.
Keep
Going.
I could pull some more records.
Let me tell you something. Content does not doing
I was gonna
videos
pull
does not pay the
tapes,
bills.
And then you killed me with the tapes because I was gonna pull tapes and I was gonna pull like some Bruce Springsteen on tape. Like
He sold his whole catalog to Sony for $500 million.
I saw that.
See that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll take $5 million.
$500 million. All right, Jason, have a great night, man. I
No,
really
we're not.
wish you the
Are
best
we
of luck.
going?
I gotta go. It's fucking.
It has
after
to
11,
end.
dude.
This has to end.
I still got day job shit to do, and it's 8:15 my time.
It's
So
11:15. I didn't even have dinner. No, literally nobody's watching. So literally, I got
Who's
a
watching?
goose egg. So I gotta go.
When Jay's
All right.
fired up,
Everyone, thank you. Aaron, thank you. Jeff, thank you. I feel like it's like an
Love you
Italian
guys.
goodbye right now. You never say goodbye. I'm leaving. Bye.
good
Bye.
night, guys.
Thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate your time. I got to be professional. So
No worries,
thank you
man.
so much, everybody. We'll see you soon. Jeff, thank you.
Have a good
Take
night.
care, everyone. Bye-bye.